win. The NHL gives another team the right to spend a year with Lord Stanley's Cup. Baseball is gaining momentum towards the playoffs. The NFL opens training camp to get ready for a new season. Yes, summertime is the best time of the year. Stay up to date with everything summertime has to offer on your summer home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100-plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-PROCOPY. That's 602-776-2679.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's Thursday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil in there pushing the buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, I was out a few days. I wouldn't call it a vacation if I'm only out 3 days, but Screaming Eagle says, welcome back, Jeffrey. Hope your vacation was restful.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Your cohorts did an excellent job while you were away.
Well, you're too kind, Screaming Eagle, but thank you very much.
And Jagdog says, Jeffrey, can you go on vacation the same time Phil does? Oh, my God. I heard more from Phil the last 2 days than I've ever wanted to hear in the last year. 3 to 5 minutes, yes. No answers. That's all I need. Yes or no answers. Glad to hear you're back on the airways. Randy and the fill-in fella did great, though. Oh, that's right. Keon. Were you nice to Keon, Phil? Because I know that when I'm not around, you seem to slap people around.
Jeffrey, it took 3 days. 3 days for me to blow Keon's mind.
Well, it started out very well, Jeff.
Yes, it did.
I'll give you started out weirdly, but go ahead.
I'll give you the Reader's Digest condensed version. Keon was very well happy doing what he was doing. We were having great conversations. And then all of a sudden, Phil, yesterday afternoon in the third hour, finally got to Keon, and there was a fight that broke out that was unrivaled in Blender history. It was Keon versus Phil, and they were throwing stuff and they were going at it. Was crazy. Mr. Mild-mannered Keon really sowed his oats yesterday afternoon.
What you're saying is Phil finally found the button that made him go off. What were you guys talking about?
It was we were ranking, ironically, out of all things, NFL quarterbacks.
NFL quarterbacks. We were ranking our own 10. CBS Sports had a list of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. We decided to do our own.
And
All right. So what was the fight about? What quarterback?
Keon had Aaron Rodgers ranked number 2, and I had graciously put Aaron Rodgers down to number 5.
That was the fight.
That was the fight. He blew a gasket over the fact.
Like, what?
He's a Washington football team fan. What does he care?
Yeah, I know.
Well, he
I know.
thinks of him highly. Obviously, he is the current MVP, and I just baked into his value a little bit of that he might not play this year.
Okay, so who did you have ahead of Aaron Rodgers? And this was a current quarterback list.
Current quarterback list.
Okay.
I had this currently and going forward. So obviously Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson.
Okay.
And goodness gracious, somebody
Don't
else.
know if I
I think
Russell
Josh
Wilson
Allen.
ahead of Packers boy. Who was he number 4?
Josh Allen.
Are you out of your bleeping mind? I feel like you'd have an argument with Russ Wilson, and still would lose that argument. But Josh Allen,
he put Josh Allen 4. Yeah.
So what were you just being a wise ass?
No,
Were
I
you
actually
just trying to piss people off. Because listen, I don't like Aaron Rodgers. And you know that it's well documented. But I can't even in good conscience agree with that.
Look, Aaron Rodgers.
He put Tom Brady like 7.
Yeah,
I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an elder statesman, and or this is a current list,
7
right?
Super
Yeah, it is.
Bowls.
I
think I had him at 6 or something.
Current, like, no, Randy, you gotta understand.
Uh-huh.
It's not what have you done for me before. It's what are you gonna do for me this year.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
you and I have had this argument in past when we've done these sorts of things. You can't let go of what somebody has accomplished.
Mhm.
That list you guys did yesterday, I'm assuming was about who is the best quarterback right now.
That's how I
it was
took
just
it.
who are the top quarterbacks in the NFL right now?
Who are the top quarterbacks in the NFL / and for me projecting forward going into next year? And I was heavily impressed with what
Nobody slashed or projected. It was who is it right now? Who are the top?
I certainly projected,
and he was projecting himself all over, and Keon got tired of it.
Yeah.
That's the way it went.
for me, Josh Allen had a lot less to work with in Buffalo than
And
what
he-
Aaron Rodgers
And
did.
he replaced somebody. I forgot who he replaced.
Now
He
it sounds
brought
like trying to MVP this.
he brought Ryan Tannehill into the discussion.
Oh, yeah.
And he replaced one of the guys on the list. I
Ryan
don't know who it
Tannehill,
was.
I took him in the top 10.
Where's Carson Wentz?
Carson Wentz, he's 15. He's around
Was he on
there.
anybody's 10? I'm so screwed.
Yeah.
All right. So what else did I miss? I mean, I've caught some, of the news
Well,
here and there, and
I mean-
I tried to get caught up today.
You
Yeah.
missed the sweep. The
Yeah.
sweep.
I
Yeah.
predicted it.
Yeah.
I
You
said
did.
it'd be either 4, 5, or 6 games, and I
Yes,
was
you
right.
did.
Yes, you
did.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. So we celebrated that. We talked a lot of Suns, and then there was I had to calm everybody in the Fort Dimension down about the whole CP3 COVID thing.
Yeah, he's got the vid. What
Yeah.
the hell, man?
Well, and,
Is there
uh,
any news on that? Is there any news on Chris Paul's vid?
My understanding is reevaluation will happen on Saturday.
Why are they waiting that long?
I don't know.
Did
I don't
they double test him to make so what they're saying is he has the vid. It's
Well-
not he might have the vid. He was near someone with the vid. He got the vid.
Well, apparently, but I can't believe that he's symptomatic. I mean, the way he was playing, and there hasn't been any other news about it saying that
No.
he is, sick and isolating. All we know is that he had to go into the safety protocol. So we don't even know if it's because he was near somebody, around somebody, or if he has it himself.
Well, I here's hoping that they get this figured out before the next game. What are they saying? The next game's to be Sunday or Monday? What's it? Are we?
Well,
Closer
it's still
I know
depend-
where the Clippers are right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure their stuff out. But by the way, what the hell's up with that? Lose 2 games, then win the series. Lose 2 games, now you're up in the series. That's pretty amazing. But back to Chris Paul. Let's focus on our own guy. To hell with those other people. And by the way, everybody in the NBA getting hurt. LeBron might have a point, or maybe he doesn't. I don't know. LeBron's like, I told you everybody was going to get hurt if we did this. I told you we're all going to get hurt. Nobody's going to be healthy. You're going to have bench guys playing in the finals. Is that what you want? That's what you're going to get.
Everyone's going to get pregnant.
I hope so. Wait, well, that's more of a Tracy Morgan thing.
Right,
Don't get you pregnant. Anyway, so back to Chris Paul. So we just won't know.
Yeah,
Nothing will be told till Saturday.
All I know is what I saw. The only update that I saw was he will be reevaluated on Saturday.
That's all we've got.
So that's it. So we're standing by.
I hate that. I mean, it was Monday that we found out about him having the vid, right? Was it Monday?
Yes, early
Well, now it's
Monday.
Thursday. You'd think there'd be more information by now.
I
Right?
think it was. I
Or
think
actually,
it was
now that I
Tuesday.
think about it, yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Early Tuesday morning.
Whatever. Still, this is aggravating, and all we can do is hope. But there's other things that happened while I was out that I didn't get a chance to talk about. And I don't know if you guys covered it. Well, then we don't have to talk about it.
All right.
But well, what the hell is this with the ultimate slip and slide people? I heard that there's a show called Ultimate Slip and Slide,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be on NBC in August, but they shut it down because somebody had the explosive diarrhea.
What?
Of course, you
Whoa.
covered this, right?
No, we
No,
we
heard
missed
nothing
this
of
one.
this.
We talked
Yeah.
about tainted meat, but we didn't talk about this.
Oh yeah, with the what's her name with the pork, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about her. She got she banned 4 years. Unfortunate soul for eating a pork burrito off of a Mexican food truck in Mexico.
How dumb are you? If
Yeah.
you go to Mexico, there's two things you don't do.
Yeah.
You don't eat the pork.
Yeah.
It's filthy with the steroids. Everyone
Right.
knows that.
Yeah.
And two, don't chew on the ice cubes in your drink. In
Mhm.
fact, don't get ice in your drink because you're going to get the diarrhea. So anyway, back to this ultimate slip and slide.
Mhm.
There was an outbreak on the set of some parasite that makes everybody have those issues.
Oh, boy.
And source says 40 crew members fell violently ill. There's a lot of running to porta potties. Some people even collapsed. It doesn't sound like any pools or slides got soiled, but the show only has about a week's worth of taping left to do. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do. So it wasn't explosive diarrhea on the slide.
Hmm.
So
They
I
weren't
figured-
sliding on the diarrhea.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And that would probably be like it's like performance enhancing diarrhea
Right.
because it just makes everything more slippery.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Moislin's right.
Yeah.
The ultimate mudslide.
Yeah.
So, so you guys didn't talk about that.
No, didn't see it. Didn't talk about it. Nope.
Yeah. See, that's why I don't like they even take kids to water parks and stuff. There's always somebody pooping in.
Yeah.
the
Well,
water,
there's
you know?
always somebody peeing in the pool.
Yeah, there's a
always
Tootsie
somebody
Roll.
pooping in the salt river,
Yeah.
making everybody sick.
Yeah.
And it's just nasty out there. Okay, did you guys talk about the guy who was scuba diving and got eaten by a whale?
No, didn't talk about the guy that's
You know
scuba
about
diving.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, you might have seen
Didn't
that
see it.
over the weekend. 56-year-old lobster diver in Massachusetts, Michael Packard, says a humpback whale tried to eat him. But I'm not sure that's actually possible. Here's why. He was scuba diving about 45 feet down.
Yeah.
He says everything went dark. And he's like, oh my God, I'm in a whale's mouth. And 30 seconds later, the whale comes back up to the surface and patooey, spits him out. And that's what he says happened. But here's the thing. If you go up 45 feet very quickly, I don't care if you're in the mouth or if you're out in the water, you're going to get the bends, man. You're going to get the bends. And so, you know what the bends are, right?
Is that where your
That's-
ear holes blow?
No, it's where you get
It's where you get to explosive
pressure.
diarrhea.
Right. Well, no, explosive blood. It
Ah.
just boils basically.
Okay.
And but this guy should have had the bends. All he had was some light bruising, nothing serious. So you would die from the bends basically from going up too fast. So even more amazing, this I'm not sure we can really take his claim seriously because one says he got eaten by a whale. And then two, spit out by a whale. Three, he says it happened while he was standing in line at Target. I don't think I believe him.
Yeah. There's something wrong with that. Well, there's something fishy about that tale.
Oh, Randy.
Yeah.
So did you guys did to talk at length about Burrito Girl, Shelby Houlihan?
Yes, we
yeah,
did.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
we did. We
Yeah.
went down to the nitty gritty and dirty flirty
Yeah.
Right.
with it.
What?
So what was the final analysis? That she's full of crap or it's possible?
No, we analysis that she's full of burrito steroids. And
Okay.
And the lesson learned: don't eat the pork in
Don't
in
eat
Mexico.
the pork in Mexico. So many
So you
athletes are
believe
doing
her?
this.
Well,
yes.
if you guys believe her, why won't they give her a check just to see if that's true? If they investigate that,
Yeah, the
and
bo-
she's not doing it on
the
purpose.
bottom line is she shouldn't have eaten the pork down in the Mexico. This
10
same
hours
thing
right
happened.
before a drug test too.
This same thing happened to who was the
Canelo,
MMA
Canelo Alvarez.
Yes, another person who did steroids
Yeah.
and tried to cover
Remember?
it with a burrito.
And he had the tainted meat, sort of like tainted love. He had the tainted meat.
Tainted meat.
Yeah, and he got busted for the roids down in the Mexico.
So that's all bullcrap, right?
No, it's actually pork burrito. Yeah.
All right. So, well, whatever. It's some sort of crap.
One
Nobody
leads to
lie.
the other.
It's a
Nobody
filthy,
ate.
dirty lie.
Yeah, that's true. Filthy and dirty at the same time.
Well,
we should
she's
know.
saying that everybody rushed to judgment. She didn't get due process, but
Oh,
yeah, I don't think she's in any kind of luck because isn't the track and field trials kicking off this weekend?
I believe they are. Yes, I believe
So
they're going
there's
on
no way
right
she
now.
gets this resolved.
No.
She
done.
To do anything.
She gone.
All right, I just wanted to see if you guys covered any of that because those are the only things that like sort of popped up in my mind. You know, the kind
Yeah,
of
the
stuff that I
important
hear
stuff.
about.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, dude, you got explosive diarrhea on a show
Uh-huh.
called Slip and Slide.
Yeah.
You got a girl saying that she got a steroid test from the tainted burritos.
Yeah.
All of this stuff matters. Oh, I got pineapple. Oh, crap.
I
having
am
problems here?
not to our knowledge.
Not to our knowledge.
That's news
Oh.
to me.
The
Yeah.
hell are you talking about, Charlie boy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or is it the radio station now? Let's read some text real fast. Bob Schwersky says, hey, happy Thursday, my friends and new guy. Welcome back, Jeffrey. Randy, thank you for reading my text like a champ while Jeffrey was absent from that program.
Yeah. I tried to do the Bob Swirsky voice. I did the best that I could at the same time.
It's respectable.
That's
Yeah,
actually
It's
probably better than
respectable.
mine.
best. I try to do that like that, you know.
Bob Swirsky was gone for a while, so I kind of fell out of practice. I
Yeah.
think yours is better than mine now.
Well, thank you.
Navy Brad says, welcome back, Jeffrey. Randy and Phil did a good job. Daily Blender is by far the best radio show on planet Earth.
Wow. Now that's high
Holy
praise
cow.
right there.
Now we've got, Navy Brad, if I become emperor, I'll make you the admiral in charge of my Navy. Thank you.
By the way,
Yes.
I may or may not have pissed off Napa Bob. I'm not sure how.
Well, it's not hard to do. He's a Phil homer. He loves him some Phil.
Now, I read all of his texts, but
Yeah.
he got angry saying that I did not read his texts.
You know, that happens to me too every
yeah.
now and then. I just don't read those out loud.
Mm.
So what happens is when people are new to the show, sometimes they think that if I don't read their text, that means that I don't want to give them any sort of time or
Mhm, mhm.
that I don't like them or that, I'm being a big jerk. Well, what it really means is we get a flood of texts on the text line. I try to hit them all, but sometimes the screen betrays me
Yep.
and stuff slides up and down. And later I'll see it's like, oh man, look at all those great texts I missed. So it's never an intentional thing, new people. It just sometimes happens, or we have moved so far off into the conversation that reading those texts now don't make any sense.
Mm.
So I am very well practiced in handling the text line. Randy only gets to do it every now and then. So it sounds like you did a great job in spite of what Napa Bob may say.
Well, like I said, in case he regales you with some of his comments today.
You were going to tell on you?
No, I'm sure he will.
Jeffrey, Randy didn't do this.
Well, I explained to him. As a matter of fact, I had a little mini rant, and then I said, "Well,
Yeah.
bye." So that was kind of the last
So
thing
you're
I
saying
said. Yeah.
you just sent Napa Bob off into the great beyond and we'll never hear from him again.
Probably, yeah. That's most likely what happened.
I was quite sad about it.
Yeah, I'm sure you were because he
Phil-
loves you, man.
Yeah, Phil almost cried. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty
I-
sure.
Let's see. Berg says, "Go Suns."
Yep, there he
Yes,
is.
Berg?
the daily.
There he is.
Moist One says Aaron Rodgers is better than Josh Allen and Watson in my mind. But hey, Josh Allen is a doodle threat. Heelman Mike says, geez, Jeffco, you've been trying to talk NFL quarterbacks for a month and a half. We leave for a few days and the third hour gets dominated by quarterbacks and Phil also being a moron. If he has 2 consecutive negative
Yeah.
tests, talking about Chris Paul, not Phil, and can pass a cardio test Friday and Saturday, he gets to play Sunday. So let's hope game 1 is next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So here's the thing I don't understand. The only test that I thought matters is are you got the COVID or not?
See,
Are you
but-
contagious or not?
But the problem is he's had his vaccination. So this is a new sort of protocol for players who have been vaccinated that contract the COVID. So
Right. So now I wonder what vaccination did he have
well, I'm
that
not sure.
it slipped through?
Not sure.
What variant of the COVID does he have? Because that's one of those things that, remember we were talking about back in the past when I would say, hey, just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean it's all over. Doesn't mean this is all good because there's these new variants. We don't know if our vaccines are going to work against them. If Chris Paul has one of those variants and the vaccine did not for him, then that story right there is going to be repeated all over the damn place. We may be in for some more of this pandemic lockdown garbage.
Yeah,
So,
we're just not sure if it was a variant or if we haven't heard all the details.
Yeah,
and
keep
I've
in
looked,
yeah,
but
keep
if
in
you
mind-
had the Johnson & Johnson one, that was a lesser affected vaccine. That could have something to do with it. You know, the Pfizer is the best one. They've, after all this research, Pfizer has the best one. Moderna is like second place, and Johnson & Johnson's like, boy, if that's all you can get, you know. You know, I don't know. I mean, nothing's 100% effective because look, Phil exists proves not every condom is 100%
Whoa!
effective.
Whoa!
99% is not bad. It's pretty
Whoa!
good. So
Between
you know,
that and me being here, if you're persistent enough,
Whoa!
Right.
you can get through too.
Hello.
so Phil's a hell of a swimmer, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot that goes on here, and hopefully Chris Paul, more, you know, there's no chance it was a false positive. They double checked all that. So
I haven't. All I know is
I
he
think
had
they
to-
would have
Well,
told us that. by
Keep in
now.
mind, just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean that you won't get it. I think a lot of the times it's just saving you from the worst of the effects.
Right,
A lot
right.
of times. So
Fair enough.
This isn't the worst of it, but he also could be contagious to his teammates. That's partly why.
Right. So I guess, you know, for everyone else's safety, he has to be negative for the COVID for a certain amount of days. And then to be safe for himself, that's what the cardio tests and making sure he can breathe and everything works. So that's good. Thanks for that, Heelbin, Mike. Baby Got Dak says, hey guys, welcome back, Jeffrey. Hope you enjoyed some time off there. I read that CP3 went into the stands after the game to hug his parents. So they put him in protocol to be preventative. I think he's going to be fine to play. Please don't panic, the Suns fans.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they would have put him in protocol just because he hugged his parents. I think that this is a little more serious than that. Lacrosse guy says, hey, Jeffrey, I talked to Radio Ron and we've agreed to revoke the rest of your vacation days this entire year.
Wow.
I'm sorry to inform you that, Jeffrey.
Wow.
Well, I guess someone's going to be really disappointed come July. Charlie Boy thinks I'm having problems with my microphone.
No.
Are you sure it's not your radio?
Yeah.
Am I cracking?
There's
There's
no
slight ones now, but especially when he first mentioned it, there was
a
nothing.
little dropout, nothing big.
So you want me to back off a little bit?
No, there's no
How
distortion.
about now?
You've done
There's
enough
no
back
clipping.
work.
How about now?
No.
No, actually.
Hey, Charlie Boy. How's it sound now, Charlie Boy? Does it sound good? See, this is how the big radio stations do their
Yeah.
tests.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, testy, testicles,
On air.
testicles,
Yeah.
testy,
Oh,
testy. 1, 2, 3.
I don't
How's
think-
that? Let me know, Charlie Boy.
We're not
In the
supposed to
meantime,
do this on the air.
we're going to take a break. Oh, why not? Hey, we're going to come back and let's talk some. And this is another thing that happened when I wasn't paying it. Herm Edwards, what the hell, man? It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase.
The NFL draft is over. The teams have made their picks and reshaped their teams. Now comes the hard part. They've got to turn these rookies into NFL players. That means OTAs, training them, testing them, training camps, pushing them farther than ever before. We've got our eyes and ears on all of it. Listen to the latest on your exclusive home for the NFL. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by Indeed. Resumes are good. Resumes with an Indeed skills test are better. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Russell Henley in the bunkhouse or the clubhouse. Torrey Pines with a 467. Former Georgia Bulldog has sole possession of the lead. Francesco Molinari and Rafa Cabrera Bello both at 3 under, 1 back. Cabrera Bello had to go through qualifying in Columbus just to make the field. He does not have a bogey on the card through 17 holes. Brooks Koepka, a rock solid round, 2 under 69. The two-time U.S. Open champ is 2 shots back, along with San Diego product Xander Schauffele and Adam Hadwin. Poor start for another San Diego native, Phil Mickelson, the improbable PGA champion from last month, a 4 over over 75. That's 8 back. Defending champion Bryson DeChambeau birdies the second. He's at 1 under, 3 back. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At CDW, we get modern servers need to be
Flexible, scalable, and predictable. I predicted you'd say that.
Okay, what will I say next?
Probably something about server security.
Impressive and freaky. CDW can implement secure Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Gen 10 servers that improve speed and performance while reducing
costs. See, predictable.
IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it.
I predict a web address.
CDW.com/HPE.
I'm in your...
Goddamn tired of that commercial. Turn it off and start the blender back up. That's what we do. Don't tell me not to test my microphone on air. I do what I want. Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And Randy, there's a race this weekend, a little NASCAR action on Sunday. What the hell's that race about?
Well, it's the Ally 400 from Nashville Speedway in Nashville, Tennessee, and it is about just under a mile and a half. So they're gonna run the NASCAR Cup Series out there. The trucks are gonna be there. The Xfinity cars are gonna be there, and Nashville's going to get broke in real good.
What does that mean?
What's that?
Is that like sexual? I mean, what does that mean? Broke in really good.
Broke in real good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're running all 3 series. They haven't been to Nashville in years and years. This is a inaugural race for the Cup Series. Xfinity used to race there all the time, and they have not been racing there for several years now. So
gonna show you.
So they've been in a dry spell.
They're gonna break them in real good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Still don't get what that means. 888-368-1580. Charlie Boy informs me you're fine now, Jeffrey. Always looking out for you and the guys, just trying to help. Thank you, Charlie Boy. Shamoy says, hey, gang, Diamondbacks are pretty good considering only Baxter's been out there. Go Giants, he says. By the way, so did the Diamondbacks officially lose just now?
It's in the 9th innings. I believe it's 8-2 right now.
I'm sad. I'll tell you why. I just needed them to win one game.
Why?
So they would not be the sole worst team ever. Because right now they've matched Major League Baseball's record of 22 straight road losses. They share that with the Mets and the Athletics. The Mets from 63, the Athletics of Philadelphia from 43.
Yeah.
And now if they lose this game, that's it. They will be the worst team in baseball for road losses in the history of all mankind. Well, congratulations, Arizona Cardinals. I mean, Diamondbacks, you suck.
Wow.
Sorry, Andy. It's just habit when I say
hurting me, man.
You suck.
You're really
just,
hurting me, man.
That's the olden days. The Cardinals are really okay now.
Yeah, go more with a sniper, not a shotgun.
They're pretty okay, Randy.
Yeah. Listen, it is what it is. This team is a horrible team. This has been a horrible year. And Mr. Kendricks has got to do something. Right now, he's not doing anything. Well, they fired their hitting coach and the assistant hitting coach, and we can see what kind of an effect that's had on us.
How's that help the pitching?
Because it doesn't.
Yeah.
And you brought in Zach Gallen. I brought him off of the IL yesterday, and he only pitched, 2 or 3 innings or something like that. I mean, this is just – I've been saying it. I'm trying to find positives. At least Zach Gallen is back from the IL. There's your positive today.
Zach Galifianakis back.
But you realize
outcome.
Gallen's probably going to get traded.
Well, we don't know who's going to get traded because right now I think this team is so incompetent. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Well,
it would not surprise me to see this team not do anything at the trade deadline.
Oh God, no.
I didn't mind because if you go back and you look at some of these records, because it'll come up again, and they're going to say, "Wow, let's say the Rockies are having a horrible season. Right now they're tied with only the 63 Mets and the 43 Athletics and the 21 Diamondbacks. At least that's something you share with other teams. You're not out there by yourself suckage. It's just, you and a couple other guys, and then somebody else would come. But now if after today, they have the worst road loss record
I
ever.
hope this team goes down every road game this season. I hope they lose every damn road game this season.
Now, your tune has changed a little bit. Remember
Every
what I said?
single one of them. I hope they lose them all.
I said, well, you start to do the anti thing when a team is so bad. Instead of trying to win all of them, you're like, let's lose them all. Let's have the worst record. And that was kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing. And you were like, no, Jeffrey, no. And then now you've come around to my way of thinking. Yeah. So it's gotten so bad. You're now jumping on my.
I won't even watch. I won't even watch this game. This team. If somebody asked me to go to the game, I would say no, because I wouldn't want them to waste their money.
Yeah, and it's not because you don't love the Diamondbacks. It's just because it's too hard to watch when it's that.
Oh,
bad.
It's miserable. It's miserable. And then when you try to watch it on TV and you got Steve Berthiaume, it's like 3 times more miserable.
Large Marge, it didn't fail me, it failed somebody else. Senior Wake and Bake says, welcome back, Jeffrey. I'm sure Randy's back is sore from carrying third wheel Phil there.
Wow.
The duo is back, and Phil, shut your mouth. Go Suns. Phil, you get the tattoo yet? Did you get the tattoo yet?
No, I'm looking for this weekend. I'm looking for Saturday.
Bruno Baller says, we appreciate you, Jeffrey, because you read more text messages in 10 minutes and the morning show reads an entire week. And by the way, I'm listening on 99.3 FM and you sound fine. Thanks, buddy. Thunder Snow says, welcome back, Jeffrey. Can we give Phil unlimited days off?
I wouldn't take any of them because I am here for you, the people.
Yeah.
Healabin Mike says, line from Full Metal Jacket. Looks to me like the best part of you. Oh, I can't. I know I can't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. King Kitten says, I heard CP3 got the Pfizer vaccine at Banner Health Clinic at Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix.
Wow.
Well, that's very detailed information, King of Kittens.
Wow.
Mr. Pringle says, Jeffrey, rumor amongst the fourth dimension is you spent a couple days away from the blender to counsel the Diamondbacks. Is this true? Does it seem like it's true? If I was actually going to spend some time counseling them, you'd see something happening different. Dirtbag's going streaking, he says. Don't know why. Chamoy says, Randy, at least you'll be able to see Escobar in the West on the Giants still. Yeah. Maybe I won't read any of his more today. All right, so I don't want to talk about Diamondbacks anymore. Let's talk about Herm Edwards and that whole situation.
Yeah, how sad is this?
You know what the hell is going on? Is this...
Well,
yeah,
it
this is not looking good.
It was breaking news a couple days ago that, the NCAA is investigating ASU. Now, I heard on the morning show today, I heard the guys talking about it, that one of the former coaches, the offensive line coach, who was snubbed to get a job, was a whistleblower. Now, I don't know all the details there because it just, quite honestly, I mean, between CP3 coming down with the COVID, ASU under investigation, and as bad as the Diamondbacks look, it was a very dark day yesterday.
So there's a chance, though, that this is just somebody saying stuff that it's not true. There's a chance that this is not true.
I mean, maybe.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, the word is that ASU and Herm Edwards is under investigation for NCAA violations in recruiting, because I guess during COVID, you were not allowed to give people tours of the facility and do certain things. And you can have recruiting trips and stuff, but they did it anyway. They hosted people anyway. So yeah, this doesn't seem like a big deal, but I guess it is a big deal. And any competitive advantage that a team has over another team, and if the rules are you're not supposed to do that, then that's the competitive advantage situation. So how bad can the penalty be for this?
Well, they could lose postseason privileges, bowl privileges. So that means even if they win the Pac-12, they wouldn't be able to go to the Rose Bowl. They could lose all sorts of scholarships. I mean, this could be a deep and wide injury to this football program. And then you start seeing investigations, and all of these recruits that have been coming here, may not come here anymore because you were coming here because of Herm Edwards and his squeaky clean character image, and now there's a giant black eye on this whole image. This could cost the Sun Devils football team. This could set them back a decade. Easy.
Well, nobody was coming here for his squeaky clean image. What they are coming for is that this is a coach that is respected and you could win with and you could get attention playing for that might help you on your way to the NFL. But if you go and you're on your way to that team and they've got violations, we saw this happen with Arizona. Once the threat of sanctions happen where you will lose bowl games, where you will not be able to go for championships, then players are like, ooh, okay, it's too hot there. I'm going someplace else where, I have a better shot of seeing the postseason. So I don't know that anybody went to work for Herm Edwards on his squeaky clean image. It was a winning image that, okay, he's 17-13 in 3 seasons. That ain't bad, but it ain't great. But you could see the progress. You could see the team getting better and doing better as seasons went along. So I don't know. Chamoy says the NCAA is a joke. Pay your players. Backdoor recruitment happens as much as doctoring baseballs. Yeah, but if it's a violation, if it's something you're not supposed to do, you get caught, you pay the consequence.
Yeah, it's just like whenever you're on the highway, just because, the officer pulls you over and you're going 70 on a 65 and you try to say, but everybody else was going it. Yeah, but were you speeding? Were you the one who got caught? Yes.
Wrong is wrong, whether you get caught or not. And I was really disheartened to hear Bill Cowher say, well, it's only cheating if you get caught. No, it's cheating if you're cheating. It's a character issue. And it really bothered me to read that Bill Cowher said stuff like that about the whole thing with the Patriots in his book. But he's basically saying is we're all doing the same things. They got caught. Well, you're all dirty. Just because one person gets caught doesn't make you right because you didn't get caught. So I don't know. So what are they talking about? What could come of this? Are there people who are saying, oh, this is legit? Are there people saying this is garbage? Where are we currently with this?
Well, I'm just kind of looking it up here on the internet, and there are people that are saying if Herm Edwards' side of the story, for example, is not good and does not have purpose, then he should be out as the head coach. There's a lot of angry people today who are ASU football supporters, and I personally, I'm kind of stunned by the whole thing. I never thought Herm Edwards would be involved in something like this because he is a man of great character. And if this turns out to be Kevin Maui, or what was his name, Maui, or he was the guy that was the whistleblower. If it turns out to be he was snubbed and he's going to be tattletaling like that and trying to hurt a program because he didn't get a job. Well, I hope that guy gets. I hope he gets brought down. If this is just something to bring down a program because you didn't get a job and there's no real what am I thinking? There's no real credibility, substance to this accusation. Then I hope it hangs on him for a while.
Chamoy says, didn't ASU come out and say that they were getting investigated before the NCAA? That's got to count for some character points right there, doesn't it?
Well, they admitted, yes, we are under investigation by the NCAA, but they would not go into detail about what the investigation is. They just kept referring to we can't talk about it until the investigation is complete, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and getting out ahead of a story is not a character point. Getting out ahead of a story is a PR move. So that doesn't mean that everybody in the situation is honest. Thunder Snow says, who Arizona? I thought we only had 3 colleges here, ASU, GCU, and NAU. As long as they want to call themselves that down south of the border, the Uchalupas, we'll call them U Arizona. Gila Ben Mike says, I bet a former guy is dancing with joy right now. Yeah, I doubt it. He's suffered his. Everybody down there in Tucson has suffered their own licks for the same thing. Watching all the corruption and people get. But here's the other thing: you can also watch what happened down there and say, "Probably won't mean anything." It looks bad, but it probably won't mean anything, because if they can get away with being on tape, people talking about paying players, and all Herm Edwards, if this is true, all he did was allow some people to come down and take a tour. And I get it. Wrong is wrong. There's no level of right or misdeed.
No, come on, man.
Wrong is still wrong.
There's
This
a
doesn't
difference.
seem as wrong
Right.
as paying players, but still wrong.
Right. It doesn't seem to be on the exact same level. I mean, whenever I'm looking at something, you see on all the South, all the violations and everything that they were doing down there in Alabama, Clemson, practices taken just in blatant, obvious sight of the NCAA, but because their states and everything else allowed them to do so. Now, do I think it's in the health aspect of this? Do I think it's wrong even there? Yes, I do. I think you should respect those guidelines. But to fully give somebody something close to the death penalty or take away scholarships or something fully detrimental, as much as I think that they might try and make an example out of ASU to help disbar and really set their authority as the NCAA because they can screw up a ham sandwich. If it's anything else that the NCAA would do, I hope that they don't. I hope that they are more lenient on them, and I'd imagine Herm Edwards institution would be able to cooperate and work with them and hopefully get some good bye work out of this.
I'm going to ask a question, and don't get crazy, but is there a chance that Herm Edwards just didn't know any better? Is there a chance that he's like, yeah, come on down and tour? Or maybe it's a thing where it's like, you guys can come down and check stuff out. We just can't give you a specific actual tour or something. Is there, because he's only a 3-year head coach, is there a chance he didn't realize letting them come or you know what I'm saying? Well, here's what it says as far as what they say over at Yahoo Sports. As far as knowing everyone who came into that office, the number is too big, the names are too many. They would bring in parents, their moms, their dads, their friends. They get a facility tour like they were on an official visit. Okay, well, there's no getting away with that. They'd show you the weight room, the training room. They would show everything. All right, so there's no getting around it saying, well, you can come down and check stuff out, but, we can't meet with you. Now, this is actually them giving tours if what they're saying here is true.
And Jeffrey, this was during a dead time set, especially because of the pandemic. This isn't normal. This isn't normal reasons for them to have dead periods. They can do tours and everything else. There are numbers and limitations on that. But there isn't normally a dead time. That was only due to the pandemic.
Yeah, and the speculation is there's according to some sources over there was a file that had screenshots, had pictures of text messages, had receipts, had phone records, all sorts of very incriminating evidence that would lead to the fact that this indeed was going on.
It's disappointing,
and it's just I think it's just stunning. It's just, to me, it's just stunning. So I'm hoping that Herm Edwards can come out and explain this and that he can make some sense out of this, because I know there's a lot of people today that are really angry about the ASU football team.
Well, it's sad. It's disappointing. And hopefully all I'm hoping is it's all garbage. And somebody that, like you said, got jilted, decided to do a little scorched earth behind them. But even if it's scorched earth, doesn't mean it's not true. So I don't know. All we can do is hope for the best on this one. What a shame. Mr. Wilbur says, guilty, guilty, guilty. Close the school, burn it down brick by brick. That's right, Wilbur. Arizona education will tell you, burn down a brick school. That is perfect. Bala 51 says, if we learned anything from the armpit character charter school down there, known as Arizona, this is going to take years to play out, and her probably won't even be here by the end of it. Slap on the wrist at most. But can we let it play out before we jump to crazy conclusions, please? That's what I'm saying. I don't want to go to any conclusions, especially when there is a disgruntled person, that's the whistleblower. You have to take everything with a grain of salt, and you have to let the actual people come in, investigate, and determine whether or not it's something that we all need to be upset about.
And that's what we said too. When the story was breaking, we can't jump to conclusions. We got to let things kind of play out, see what happens, see who says what, see what comes to light. We'll have to figure it out and come to our own conclusion once all the evidence is on the table.
All right, we got to take a break. And Santan Scott, why? He says, hey guys, does anyone know where I can get a Diamondbacks away jersey for number 23? Just Owen 23. Yeah.
Are you a fan? Because
No, he's a
he's
Giants
not.
fan. Yeah,
he's
he's a Giants fan.
also a Giants fan. Too many Giants fans. It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
DQ presents. Picture this. Picture the Girl Scout Thin Mints Blizzard. You see two iconic treats blending together in a mesmerizing swirl of pieces of Thin Mints cookies, Cool Mint, and world-famous DQ soft serve. You smile the biggest smile you've ever smiled. It's a double smile because your two favorites, DQ and Girl Scout Thin Mints, are together in one delicious treat. And the only reason you stop smiling is so you can start eating. The Girl Scout Thin Mints Blizzard, exclusively at DQ. Get it delivered at DQ.com. DQ. Happy tastes good.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve to make sure that there are no barriers to the benefits and services earned through service to our country. Find out how we can assist you in Arizona. Visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
This is Aaron Warby, owner of Online Trading Academy here in Arizona. Right now, we're seeing stock market highs in the face of economic lows. Election cycles are notorious for causing instability in the stock market. That's why we just finished developing our newest complimentary workshop, Protection from the Election. This 3-hour class will explore the strategies professional traders use to protect themselves against market downturns while allowing them to also profit from surging markets. Take control of your portfolio in these uncertain times. Register for this powerful workshop offered in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Peoria by calling 844-877-2337 or by texting the letters OTA to 31996. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Again, that is 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
at earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer. The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Los Toby says, I'm enjoying watching the Giants. You can burn in hell, Los Toby. You can burn in hell. Sorry. He says, anyone else having issues listening to the show on the app? There were some issues about some tinny sounding microphones. What are your issues? Glad to help. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, welcome back. Certainly did miss your smiling face and glorious wit. I want to thank you again for putting me into the Hall of Fame last Friday. Didn't get a chance to say anything to you Monday. Obviously, you weren't there, and it warmed my heart, made my weekend. I smiled from ear to ear, and people wondered why I was so happy. Well, I told them all about 1580 The Fanatic, and that's why. So, Randy, could I please have a cold beer?
Absolutely, you can have a cold beer. Let's see if we can set you on.
Too.
Yeah, there you go.
Very nice thing you just said for us. Mr. Pringle says, yes, Diamondbacks did it. You want to crown their ass? Crown their ass. They are who we thought they were.
Yeah. It's official. 10-2, I believe, is final score.
I think they got 3, didn't they?
Did they get 3? Yeah, 10-3. Who cares? It's a loss. Who the hell really cares?
Yeah, I can't disagree there. Mr. Wilbur says, seriously, the damage has somewhat been done. Every single school that lost a recruit to 10P has called up those recruits and informed them that their school could be in trouble in the future, and thus the kid's parents will pull the kid out of their commitment because they don't want their little baby to be a part of something that won't be on television or won't earn their little baby money in the future.
Yeah, well,
Well, fair enough. If that is what happens next, that's what happened next. But boy, how mad are we going to be if it turns out there's zero truth to any of this and you lose recruits? I think people are smart enough to wait till they have more information before they make a life-altering decision like that. Jagdog says, Jeffrey, do you think LeBron sits in his mansion in a padded room with a straitjacket talking to himself on what to write on Twitter? Nobody's talking about him, so he's literally going crazy. And the stuff he's saying is stupid. It's annoying. He wants an asterisk on this year's championship. What says you, Fecal Phil? Defend your LeBron James in under 20 words, please. And Randy, could I get a double crown on the rocks? All right, 20 words or less, Phil. Can you defend LeBron in the so here's what Jagdog is talking about. LeBron is complaining, saying that, well, I told you guys if you had this shortened amount of time in between the seasons that people were going to start getting injured and hurt. That is, I think that's what Jagdog's alluding to.
Yeah, we talked about this a couple days ago, and just that. Look, there is a correlation with shortened recovery time to massive amounts of injuries. You cannot, I realize that you can go injury by injury, add context, say, oh, that was a freak injury, or, oh, that's just naturally going to happen, whatever. The point is, there you look at the numbers and the numbers bear it out. More games, less recovery time, more injuries.
Well,
so what's the solution? What's next?
It was a compacted season this year. There were a lot of games played in a compacted amount of time. There were a lot of back-to-backs. There were a lot of 3 and 4 games in a week for teams. So there was a lot of attrition, most likely due to all of that wear and tear. However, though, I was thinking about this last night, Phil, when we were talking about this yesterday on the air. You know, these guys down the stretch, a lot of these guys were taking a lot of time off. A lot of time off.
Especially your guys.
I mean, you're talking about guys
because they already were injured.
Well, okay, so they were taking a lot of damn time.
But who was taking time off that wasn't legitimately injured?
Well, come on. Who knows if they were actually legitimately injured?
Even the people that were legitimate.
And we talked about load management, and Kawhi Leonard is the king of load management, is he not?
Yeah,
we
but he also got injured in the playoffs.
You know, I don't know. I don't know.
It showed. It showed.
I can't see these multi-millionaires that have nothing else responsible to do other than prepare themselves for an NBA basketball season. Yeah, there has to be some recovery time. Yeah, there was 80 days, 79 days between the championship and the COVID bubble situation last year. If anything should be an asterisk, it's that one. And the beginning of this season.
Okay, there's a couple things on this one. First off, LeBron James is reported to spend $1 million a year on himself,
at least,
on his rehab, on his attempt to try to cheat Father Time. And I'm sure that's a very similar process that Tom Brady uses so he can play at the age of 73 right now. So you got that. The other thing is something Big Baby Davis says. You know, Big Baby says, hey, Kyrie Irving's ankle injury, that's karma for stomping on the Celtics logo. How you like that? God. He says that's the same ankle he stomped Lucky with. People got mad, and then Big Baby doubled down, and he says, hey, don't get mad at me because Lucky get his back. Karma's a mother effer. I play for the Celtics. I'm a Celtic forever. It don't matter. Stop getting mad because your man got weak ankles. His ankles is weak. Okay. So in Kyrie Irving's case, I agree. That's karma. But in everything else, yeah, okay. Randy, you're right. 80 days in between. But I think a lot of these guys use more time than that to rehab their body, to rest up, to get ready for the next role. But what I don't understand is how is it soccer players play like all the time, running up and down the field, running up and down the field?
It's completely different, man. They're not jumping. They're running, and that's
no jumping.
Oh, there's a lot of jumping.
There's a lot of jumping, but it's not jumping and having all that weight. They're lean muscle. So each and every one of them doesn't name one soccer player that plays
soccer player. And what about these NHL guys that are out there?
They're skating. They're not hopping.
Oh, they're skating.
Well, they've got it easy.
That's easier.
Yeah. It's so cute what they're doing out there. Figure skating, holding each other's hands as they trade.
Can we get Shane Doan on line 1, please? We got somebody's ass for him to kick.
Yeah. All right. So, LeBron is upset, and maybe rightfully so, but maybe not. I don't know. Here's what it is. If you scrape away at LeBron and you scrape away the loudmouths and you look at the numbers, the statistical information, then you may have something there. And if there is that case to be made, then the NBAPA they need to step up and rework the CBA. There's a lot of acronyms I just said. Are you guys following me?
Boy,
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, ABC.
ABA, booyah, blah, blah, blah.
Bootylicious. All right.
Let me go again.
All right, I'm ready.
If
Yeah.
there are facts behind more people injured because of a shorter time. And now here's the, it's not going to be like that next year, right? It's all going to go back to normal next year, right?
Yeah, I think
Correct.
the correct timeline will.
But you are cramming in more games with these play-in tournaments. But yes.
So the change to the tournaments, they're not going to do they're not going to do that
No.
middle of the year thing they were talking about.
No.
So everything will go back to normal. So that's like LeBron is, he wouldn't be saying this if the Lakers were still in the playoffs. He wouldn't be saying that at all. That about the
Yes.
asterisks.
Yes,
No, he wouldn't.
Well, he didn't say that there was an asterisk.
If the Lakers were actually in the hunt, in a position to win the finals, to actually get the championship this year, 0% chance LeBron says, "Oh, this year should have an asterisk."
Did he say that there should be
So
an
that'd be
asterisk?
2 years in a row that there should be an asterisk.
I never
Yeah, he
saw
said that.
Wow.
Kyle G says, thinking of digging out my old glove and buying a pair of cleats and going down to Diamondbacks practice. I can't be too much worse than who they've got. I'm a heck of a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So Randy, just really quick on that, and then we'll move on. Is it the pitching or the hitting? What is more needed?
It's all of it.
Everything.
They've had some key injuries. I mean, if you go down there and you look at so they got Madison Bumgarner on the IL. They've got a couple of the other starters on the IL. They just brought Zach Gallen back. He's not going to be as effective as he was before he went on the IL. It's going to take him some time to get back into shape. And as far as the hitting goes, this team on paper, this team is a paper lion. This team on paper should lead the National League in batting because of all the guys they brought in here. The problem is until you actually get out and play games, that's why I keep saying it's important to play the damn games. You do not know what the outcomes are going to be until you play the game. This team cannot hit, they cannot field, and they cannot run bases. They can't get guys on. They can't get them over. And I know I'm going to sound like the old man get off my lawn, but I am so sick and damn tired of analytics. I could just vomit.
Me too.
When do we get back to just playing the damn game?
Well, when this game, I guess, is completely destroyed. Kyle G says, "Oh God, Phil, shut up. They're skating, not hopping." Spoken like a desert rat who's never skated for 3 hours before. Soccer players don't jump. Did you watch USA versus Mexico? Plus, these guys run 20 plus miles every game.
Yeah.
Anything to protect your precious LeBum, right? So that was the point I was trying to make. These guys are able to run all the time, and they fake injuries a lot, like LeBron. But a lot, they don't seem to have as much problem with all these games being put.
But I think soccer players they don't have but one match a week. I think
That's a good point. All right, that's fair.
And NBA has been playing in a condensed schedule this year, as many games as they could fit in. They didn't even do their normal. What is it? Normally an 80-game
Yeah, they did
season.
7.
So they did 72 or 76 games this year, and they were playing a lot of multiple games each week. And sometimes it seemed like there were a lot of back-to-back games. I remember if I go through a look at the Sun schedule, I think there was like 5 or 6 or more times where they played back-to-backs this season alone.
Oh yeah.
And I have to understand that's going to be some wear and tear on these guys, but I still think there's ways around it,
Jagdog says, first, Phil, that was more than 20 words. Second, if anything should have an asterisk, it should be the Lakers championship from last year.
Yeah, I agree.
Phil.
Oh yeah, the one where everybody is injured on each team that everybody's going to.
And people
that's
weren't
completely
injured.
valid.
People weren't injured last year?
Who was injured last year?
Well, let's go back and look. I don't know.
Ballot 51 degrees.
In the finals, somebody was
on the
injured.
bum.
In the finals, the Heat were out Goran Dragic and Bam Adebayo for a game, but other than that, everybody else was healthy.
Yeah.
Who do you want to say was injured?
I don't want to say anything because personally, I don't give a fat rip about it. And I think these guys a lot of times are soft and need to suck it up and play some basketball. That's what that's my
suck
opinion.
it up, Buttercup.
Play some basketball in the playoffs. You think that they're just, oh, my toe hurts, and then they're in the playoffs. That's where they're faking
I'm
injuries.
just telling you, man.
The loudest voice is a guy who's not playing right now because they lost. Helavan Mike says, look, This is LeBron, okay? Remember, first the jersey release, now this. No one's paying attention to me. I need attention. I'm LeBron.
Got to keep that brand out front.
Bala 51 says, ding, 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 Randy. Not ding, ding. He said ding, ding, ding,
Oh,
like
thank you.
ringing the bell,
Wow.
not like
Thank
ding,
you.
ding.
Thank you.
Kick him in the ding, ding.
No.
Hela Ben Mike, thank you for that. All right, we must take a moment here. Senior Wake and Bake says, Phil shows up, just turn his mic down. Unfortunately, Phil's in control of all that stuff. We have yet to work out a button that allows us to do that. Trust me, we're working on it. All right, guys, that is 1 hour down and 2 to go. Let's come back and do some more. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
And earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by Prevagen. Everyone this afternoon at Torrey Pines staring up at Russell Henley, who overcame a bogey at the first and carded a 4 under 67.
Very disappointing start. I hit a beautiful drive, had a 9-iron in, and I hit it in the one spot that my caddy and I decided we did not want to hit it. And then after that, I feel like I just kept playing solid, hitting fairways, give myself birdie looks, and just hung in there. I mean, there's just some tough holes out there, and you just got to hit fairways.
Especially when you're not a rocket launcher off the tee, and Henley would not be confused with Bryson DeChambeau. So it's Henley at 4 under, Francesco Molinari and Rafa Cabrera Bello at 3 under, Brooks Koepka, Xander Schauffele 2 under, 2 back. On the course, speaking of DeChambeau, bogeys at 3 and 4 early in his round. He is +1. John Rahm and Rory McIlroy open with birdies. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Remembering great moments in golf history, sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen is the most recommended memory support brand by pharmacists. 2008 U.S. Open at Torrey Pines in San Diego, Tiger Woods and Rocco Mediate faced off in an 18-hole Monday playoff. Tiger built a 3-shot lead through 10 holes, but Mediate clawed back to force sudden death, which Woods would win with a par. Playing with a noticeable limp from a badly injured leg, Tiger won his 14th career major and would not win another until 2019 in Augusta. With this great moment in golf history, I'm Kevin Kugler.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get to where you want to go.
For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil in there pushing the buttons. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale. And all right, I want to talk about happier things if we can. I know that Arizona sports has quite a few issues right now. Chris Paul's got the bid. Diamondbacks got the yips. ASU's, they're getting they're getting pulled over by the popo. So basically, a whole lot going wrong right now, but we just need the Suns to come back and be right. So all we can just do is fingers crossed that Chris Paul is able to come back. Now, if he misses the first game, it's all right. It's okay. We still have a shot at, the rest of the games. So is there any chance he'll be back for the first game? There's no information coming out about Chris Paul? Nothing?
No, it's kind of hard because you run into HIPAA laws. Excuse me. And so there's a lot going on about what they can and cannot say. Also, I know that since he did get the vaccination that's come out, I believe he willingly put that out there. So there will be certainly less time needed for him to stay away from the team, but we still don't know whether or not it has to be from the first COVID test that he takes that he's negative. So you tell me when he stops testing positive for there, then we can start to establish dates and times when he comes back. But I think we're looking at him possibly missing game one, or maybe at least being a game time decision for game one on when he can take a test. But outside of that, he should be good to go.
We had any word on whether or not he has symptoms? Nobody's talking.
Nobody's talking.
Nobody's giving that information out.
All we can do is hope for the best. And of course, Vegas is sort of hanging in there. They haven't really altered the Vegas odds as of yet. Personally, I know who gave him the vid. Jake from State Farm.
No.
Yeah, he looks like the kind of guy who would be walking around asymptomatic, spreading around disease, showing up at your house with commercials that are dumb. I don't know who even that girl in the commercial is with that guy. Anyway, so now Chris Paul, being in Vid Watch, I'll call it Vid Watch.
Yes,
hasn't changed the odds. The last time I checked, the Suns are the second betting favorite to win the finals.
Yeah.
At WinBet, they had plus 400, which if I've learned from Phil, that means you bet 100, you win 400, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow, I'd be tempted to make that bet. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, is it?
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And my wife won't let me do that. I don't even have a bookie anymore. 888-368-1580.
I guess you don't need a bookie anymore since it's become legal.
Well, it's not at this moment. There's nowhere you can go yet. If they're still working.
There's casinos, I'm sure casinos somewhere in your vicinity.
No, not until September, I thought we had to wait. I don't know what the deal is on that.
We're in a murky place.
Lost Toby says, which Jake from State Farm?
Yeah, that's true. There were a couple, especially after the Super Bowl. Yeah.
The more recent one.
Not Drake.
The one who looks like he's doing some steroids.
Maybe you meant Drake from State Farm. Because because LeBron hangs around with Drake.
Yeah.
Drake's been to the high school, I believe.
He's Canadian, though. So
he is a bit of a front runner, isn't he? As our friend Keon told me yesterday. Drake is a front
runner.
Yeah,
front runner in what?
Well, you remember when the Toronto Raptors, he was right there courtside, and the Raptors gave him a $5,000 jacket and also a championship ring because he's the
ambassador.
Mascot.
How about those were bribes to make him go away?
No, they the mascot of the Toronto Raptors, and then all of a sudden, remember when the Lakers and the Suns were going to play, and there was all this big fuss about LeBron James and Drake being out at a tequila thing the night before.
Up.
Yeah. I'm sure that I'm sure LeBron. He's a front runner. Whoever's hot, that's where he goes.
Flying Monkey says the baby should have an asterisk next to his career stat line. If he played back in the day when you ventured into the paint, you found the likes of Oakley, Mason, Mayhorn, Lambeer, Rodman waiting to impose their brand of physicality on you.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even be the GOAT in any conversation. He wouldn't be in the conversation. If the fakers are still alive, there's no way he would make that asterisk statement. Attention whoring, self-centered douche. That's what he is.
Yeah. Well, and in regards to last year's playoffs, I just kind of looked it up just because I was kind of interested for the playoffs last year. Portland Zach Collins was out. Jonathan Isaac was out. Marvin
Jonathan Isaac.
Excuse me, I'm reading here, so just try to hold
Phil.
your comments until I'm done. Marvin Bagley, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Justice Winslow. Also, there was
Justice.
It is French. Ben Simmons was hurt. Dame Lillard, remember the dislocated finger that he had when he was playing against the Lakers, trying to get a ball away from. There's all kinds of it. Russell Westbrook, he's out indefinitely with a worrisome quadricep. It sounds like a lot of the things that I'm reading here are happening this year too. And LeBron is, "Oh, it's because we don't have enough time to rest and get our."
There was a lot of
Jonathan-
time last year to rest.
There was a lot of time last year to read. Jonathan Isaac is who your Justice
I'm just
Winslow.
reading the
But-
art.
but
I'm just
take a
reading
moment,
the article.
Phil. Let me just roll the
Yeah.
grenade at you right there.
Yeah. fantastic.
This blows up your entire argument, you and LeBron, for saying, "Oh, it's because of the short time in between season." They had a ton of time and still had the same thing happen. Man, that's just the nature of late season, postseason basketball.
Bojan Bogdanovic had wrist surgery in May. He was out.
That was before the playoffs.
Ed Davis was out. There was a whole
Davis
CJ
wasn't out.
McCollum had a lower back fracture he sustained in the Blazers' first game when they restarted. He had to play with a fractured back. I mean, I'm just not. I'm sorry. I'm just not buying all of this business when these guys don't have anything to do but be ready to play basketball. And now I know it's a rigorous sport. I understand. It's very contact and it's very rigorous.
Heavy metal maniacs. Yes. Jagdog says Goran Dragic, Abadeo, and Butler were hurt game 1 of the finals last year, Phil.
Butler played through that.
Random Texter says, so if Chris Paul took the vaccination and yet is still in COVID protocol, should we be trusting the vaccination?
Oh, my Lord.
Yes, Random Texter, you can trust your vaccination. But here's the thing. Like we said, any condom, any vaccination, anything is going to be in the 96, 97, 98% effective rate. And the nice thing about the COVID vaccines, even if you do end up catching the COVID, the fact you have the vaccine shortens your illness and severity and keeps you from croaking. So yeah, it ain't perfect, Random Texter, but it's also not. It's not how Bill Gates is getting chips in your body, so you can relax. Just a Tip says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. Welcome back, Jeffrey. Hope you enjoyed your vacation time. It really wasn't vacation, but okay. In case you talk NFL quarterbacks today, in honor of the day being National Mascot Day, I would like to suggest we somehow hunt down Gardner Minshew's mullet and mustache, the most fearsome hair in the NFL to date, and we use them as the mascot for the Daily Blender. The ferocious, snarling follicles will bring absolute fear to your opponents."
I believe that with 100% accuracy.
Heard about that. He got Samson in Delilah.
Well,
he chopped off his Billy Ray Cyrus.
No, now my reasoning for this, I posted this on Twitter a few days ago when I first saw this because Big Steve was out there. Oh no, your guy has been he's going to lose all of his powers now. No, this simply means there's not enough room in Orangutanville. What is it, Jacksonville, for two hair boys? Two hair boys. So he's going to go ahead and let the rookie hair boy be because Gardner Minshew III is a man and he knows how to get down to business. So he had to trim it up and get down to business.
He's a man. Yeah, that, he looked around. He's like, "Well, this is damn ridiculous. Look at me. Look at me."
No. He said, "You know what? I think I've made my point of how good I can make this hair look and this mustache. I'm going to get down to business now."
Nobody can compete with Trevor Hairboy Lawrence's L'Oreal look. In fact, that's what I'm going to call him, Trevor L'Oreal, not Lawrence, because
wait, what about Trevoriel?
Nah, like Trevor L'Oreal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It flows a little better.
Yeah,
I see.
Come on, Phil. Random Texture says, "Oh, and I was being sarcastic about the whole trusting vaccine thing."
Oh, okay.
He says, "By the way, with all the rolling around and apparent agony LeBron displays in the court, you'd think he'd be on injured reserve for like 13 years." It's true. I'll tell you what. Doesn't he own part of a soccer team? Well, what do you think?
I actually do.
Yeah,
I think he does. Actually,
that's where he learned it. The only thing missing is the magic spray. Billy from Phoenix says, "Hey, you guys," from the Goonies there. Beer Bob says, "Good afternoon, guys. Why did someone just welcome back Jeffrey? Was he gone? I didn't even notice."
Oh, well,
dude, I went and made you a Hall of Famer last week. That's how you repay me?
Wow.
Chief Skulls Burner says, "LeBaby should shut his number 6. They don't listen to me mouth. The league isn't going to listen to him because he feels he knows what's best, yet he destroys it when he started super teams. He had no loyalty there." Wow, it's a lot. So your Chief Skull is mad at him because he is the originator of the super team.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he has come out against, and said he doesn't like, even though he started it. Lost Toby says Drake was also with Curry during the championship years.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and
so he's like Phil. He's a bandwagon whore.
Front runner. Bandwagon 4.
Navy Brad says Diamondbacks set the new record for road losses.
Thank you.
What a
Thank you.
shame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations, Diamondbacks. You suck.
Wow.
Billy from Phoenix says Trevor Lawrence is the modern day Fabio. Yeah, he is like a photo negative of Fabio. Random texture says, speaking of super teams, is it safe to call the Brooklyn Nets a super team? Super fragile team. They're getting kind of beat up, man.
Boy, but how about that
Who's left?
that showing from KD the other night,
just Kevin
throwing up
Durant.
49? I mean, he just took the team. Climb on my big giant back, and I'll carry you all the way through this game. Watch what happens here. Wow, that was amazing.
Can I just remind Phil when I said, Kevin Durant kind of can remind me a little bit of LeBron James, how he can do some things. And he slapped me down and crapped all over me when I said that. But now look at Kevin Durant doing LeBron James kind of things.
No. Hold on. Yes, his thing was very impressive. It was one of the most impressive performances you can ever see.
I think Jeffrey Singh
Did
is
he
very
not
impressive.
carry this team on his back?
He absolutely did. But
Is that not what I said LeBron does? And I said that Kevin Durant can do, and you told me I was full of crap?
And the way that he carried the team was through efficient scoring and off of high volume amounts of shots. That's what I said is the distinct difference, where LeBron going off is probably around, 15 assists and 10 rebounds and 37 hard-earned points. So for Kevin Durant going off, it's what you saw the other night. It's just different ways of doing it. But Kevin Durant, in order for him to carry his team, he has to shoulder the load himself. LeBron James will dish it out to everybody else. Welcome back, Jeffrey.
That was the weakest argument I think I've ever heard you make. Baker's Cocky Hen says, love Randy and even Phil a little bit, I guess. Keon is great too. But the show ain't the same without you, Jeffrey. Welcome back. Took yourself a Kyler Murray vacation, did you? Short and sweet, huh? Bruno Baller says,
Where's
so I
the
guess
whistle?
Jeffrey was not on vacation. He just took a 5-day weekend. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm taking it easy. I'm just, I don't know. Hefty Lefty says Troy Polamalu has a firm hold of the hair title of the NFL even today.
Well, however, that title is about to go down with Hair Boy. I mean, tell me that's not great hair. Tell me it's not.
No, it's not.
It's pretty impeccable.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking
Minshew?
I'm talking about Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has like horse mane hair. It seems straight and lifeless to
realize?
me.
Well, I don't know.
Do you realize in Jacksonville, you're not only going to have to pay ticket prices, but you're going to have to pay sub-ticket prices in order to watch that man run like a gazelle?
Does he do that? I've watched him play
during practices, and you see him do drills. You have to pay extra.
Are we
You have to
talking
pay
about
additional?
Are we talking about Gardner
No,
Minshew
it's about
again?
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh.
Get
Can I
Gardner
just say
Minshew out your
something
mouth.
about this though? With Trevor Lawrence and the hair and all, I'm pretty sure Bob Baffert trained him. I think we're looking for some trouble. That's
nice tie-in, Jeffco.
Just saying.
Wow.
This horse.
Hefty Lefty says, welcome back, Jeffrey. Randy held down the fort with exuberance and grace.
Thank you.
How was breaking in the high flow toilet?
Yeah, that was one of the rumors that was circulating that you got a new high flow toilet.
Now I'm insulted that you were breaking in a toilet and you didn't invite me to barter a sub between us.
Bill, you will never, ever know where I live. That's one thing you and the last guy on this show have in common. You will never know where I live.
But will I know where you make business?
No.
No.
Beer Bob says, my apologies, Jeffrey. Just kidding. You know that. On another note, I did not know that I'm a Hall of Famer. You just made my day. So I could go back and listen to the replay. What day was that? And trust me, we all noticed you were gone. Just glad you're on vacation and not down with the vid. What day was that? Last Friday?
Yeah,
last Friday. I just
very
went
annoying
nuts.
episode.
It was an epic day.
Yeah. Friday, June 11th. You became a Hall of Famer, Beer Bob. Lost Toby says Diamondbacks might not even hold a record long because Baltimore is at 19 straight away losses.
Yeah, well, it's a dubious honor, but someone has to hold it. And unfortunately, it's us.
Random Texter has a question for Phil. Phil, can you ever answer any question in less than 365,000 words?
I thought that there might be a time in the past where I could have done that.
Oh, geez.
But ever since I've been on radio,
Here
I
we
really
go.
thought that I should expand upon my answers, put some thought behind it. So that way you, the
We're gonna
listening
agree.
audience, the fourth dimension, can benefit the most of it and get the full thought process upon why I am making a decision or giving an answer.
Wow.
Yeah, Graham Texter is probably right. He said, I think we need to limit him to no more than 10-word answers. Get rid of all the stupid adverbs and adjectives you throw in there, Phil, and just answer the damn question.
I'm not
just
quite
saying.
Not quite sure where all this vitriol is coming from.
Wow.
Maybe, and perhaps this is a
Maybe
wise,
and perhaps.
maybe and perhaps this is a wise referendum on you and
Wow.
what inadequacies do
Who,
you have?
me?
No, no,
Me?
no.
Did
Random.
you just call me inadequate, Phil?
No.
What the actual bleep?
No. Talking about random texting.
Oh, well, maybe with all these extra words you use, you can address people before when you start insulting everyone.
Jeffrey,
you ever think of that?
I missed your pasty white ass.
Wow.
Also, another part that you will never see. Hamilton Porter says Jeffrey wasn't on vacation. It was load management. Raven Kid says, welcome back, Jeffrey. Clippers going to the finals. Whoa. Okay, stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
Raven Kid. Are you sure about that now with Kawhi's perhaps ACL injury?
Yeah. You've got Clippers did go ahead and beat the Jazz 119-111, and they're up on them now 3-2. The Mormons are reeling, but now the Clippers are going to have a hell of a time without one of their superstars. So it ain't over yet, Raven Kid. And even then, whether we meet the Mormons or the Clippers in the next game, I still like the Suns' chances. Even if they miss a game with Chris Paul, doesn't mean they lose the game without Chris Paul. Is that an automatic death sentence for the Suns if they completely didn't have Chris Paul for a game or two?
No, it's
so. I think you should be popping off just yet saying Clippers are going to the finals. Now, I know that in the past, young Raven Kid, he's been right more times than he's been wrong. I just can't agree with this one, Raven Kid. You're assuming way too much. And the way that series has been, you can't even count the Jazz completely out just yet. I mean, yeah, they get one more game to prove you're right. But still, I don't know. I'm not ready to say, oh, Raven Kid, the prognosticator, he has said it. Let it be so. And what I'm going to say is, you're a college freshman. Shut your mouth before I duct tape you to a flagpole. Because that's what you do with freshmen. Good to hear from you, Raven Kid.
Wow.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll try to talk less about our woes and let's enjoy other people's. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
I have two dogs, Sam and Bailey. Both are golden retrievers. Poor Sam, he was a mess. Always itching. His paws were soaking wet all day from just constant licking. He had bald spots on his back. I just don't like putting shots and steroids into your dog all the time. DINOVITE.com. Dynovite is nutrition. Probably 2 weeks after he started Dynovite, I started seeing great improvements. And today, 99% of his issues are non-existent. It's amazing stuff. Since Bailey has been 12 weeks old, he's been a Dynovite dog, and he has 0 issues today. He won't eat his food without Dynovite. When I get out the Dynovite, my dogs actually salivate, like I'm getting them a treat. They drool over it. Dynovite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynovite from DINOVITE.com.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship. Father's Day is coming, and NFL Shop has Dad's favorite NFL team gear. Head over to NFLShop.com today. Phil Mickelson with another chance at the major he's never won, now 51 years old, a month removed from his inspirational win at the PGA. But Mickelson opens with a 4-over 75.
I was fighting hard throughout the round when I wasn't really getting anything going, and I fought really hard, and then to let 2 bogeys slide on 6 and 7. So you probably saw the disappointment there, but like I said, I'm hitting enough fairways to give myself chances, and I'm optimistic that I'll put together a good round tomorrow.
Phil is 8 back of the outright leader, Russell Henley, who signed for a 4 under 67. Hey now, both of the Molinari brothers are inside the top 10. Francesco is 3 under 1 back. Eduardo is 1 under 3 back. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
The second round is in full swing, separating the contenders from the pretenders. To give you some skin in the game, DraftKings will be offering free-to-play pools every day of the basketball playoff, offering players a free shot at up to $10,000 in total prizes. DraftKings free-to-play pools are easy to enter. Just download the DraftKings app. Go to pools and choose from a wide variety of free contests for an opportunity to win cash prizes. All you have to do is answer a handful of questions around what you think is going to happen during that day's basketball game and track your results throughout the evening. Questions will range from which team will hit the most threes to which team will score first. Download the top-rated DraftKings app and use code PIN when you sign up to get your free shot at up to $10,000 in total prizes every day of the basketball playoffs. That's promo code PIN for a limited time only at DraftKings. Eligibility and restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for full details.
Your exclusive home for the NFL at Super Bowl 56. Super Bowl 56. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. You can hear us on 99.3 FM, 95.9 FM in the East Valley, always at 1580thefanatic.com. Raven Kidd clarifies his point when he says the Clippers are going to the finals. Oh, I'm sorry, you spelled Suns wrong. He says, nope, Suns do not scare me without Chris Paul. He's huge for the way that team runs. Also, my main point is the two teams the Suns can match up with in the next round bring something they haven't yet played in the playoffs, an actual backcourt. Reggie Jackson, Paul George, better backcourt than the Lakers or the Nuggets brought. All right, that's a fair point, Raven Kidd, but we've also seen the Suns without Chris Paul win 8 in a row in the bubble. We've also seen the Suns without Chris Paul more than hold their own. It was not always a death sentence to not have him in a game. Now, granted, we're talking partial games and in other situations. And listen, there's a valid point there. This team is not the same without Chris Paul. It's a million times better. But the guys that are out there have a good coach. They got Chris Paul still in their ear. And, they can get by a game. Yeah. I don't think you can say it's just downright over because Chris Paul misses a game or so.
Yeah.
Now, if it's bad, if this is something that the word indefinite scares me when I see that in the report, Chris Paul out indefinitely. Well, yeah, that's a scary word. Hopefully it doesn't mean, the full sense of the word. But for now, that's just a fact. So I don't think it's just over because of that.
No, certainly not. And again, Saturday, they're going to reevaluate his status, and we'll see what happens from there. Fortunately for the Suns, they're not involved in a series right now. Fortunately, they were off, and fortunately, they have some time to kill. At the very earliest, I think I was just reading here, Sunday would be game 1 if the Clippers were to defeat the Jazz and move on. At the very latest, Tuesday would be game 1. So there's plenty of time here. Let's let things kind of square away. And I do believe this team is a team of destiny. So we'll have to see. It'll be fun to see how this team handles either the Clippers or the Jazz.
So, Phil, can you be analytical and not emotional?
Come on. Yes, I have.
No, you haven't. I'm asking right now. Can you be right now? Because I'd like to ask you some things, but I don't want you to go back and remember how the Suns whooped the Lakers' ass and be all negative about things. I want to straight up, honest analysis of the situation.
All right, hit me.
All right, so Chris Paul, whether he's back or not, let's pretend he is. Okay, let's say Chris Paul is going to be back. Which team will give the Suns the most problem? Is it the Clippers or the Jazz?
Am I assuming that Kawhi Leonard's out? I feel like that's a big question mark because with Kawhi Leonard in, it is definitely the Clippers. But if Kawhi Leonard's out, there's no qualm in my mind that it would be the Jazz, because with a full series and with Mike Conley having been questionable the entire way, you'd have to imagine Mike Conley would be able to show up for the Jazz in this Western Conference Finals. And that's such a huge blow for them. Everybody talks about how much Chris Paul means to the Phoenix Suns, but whenever I talk about the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns being something of mirror images to one another, Mike Conley certainly fulfills that veteran point guard presence. Remember, he made an all-star appearance this year, and everybody just seems to forget about him because he came from Memphis and he's on sleepy Utah. And so he is a tremendous piece that they are missing night in, night out, and would be a part of an established backcourt between him and Donovan Mitchell that the Phoenix Suns would also be fearful to face. But with the talent that is Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on a good night, it has to be the Clippers unless Kawhi Leonard's out.
All right. So I'll be honest, you said a lot of things there and I kind of tuned out. My question was, which team would give us the most trouble? You're saying it's the Clippers if Kawhi is healthy. If not, it's the Jazz.
Yes.
Okay. See how I did that? I did that in like 8 words. Just
damn. Oh boy.
Random texter may have a point. Jeff Van Gundy says this week is scary because Phil has made some solid points. That said, welcome back, Jeff. Go. Kawhi has an ACL sprain, though I doubt we'll see him. So can I get a hell yeah, Randy?
Hell yeah!
Have we seen that? I keep looking for that confirmation. I know they fear that he has an ACL injury, but they haven't confirmed.
Do you really want a hell yeah guy getting hurt though?
Yeah, that's actually no.
Is that why we were hell young?
You weren't paying attention either.
Well, I'm looking up the season series between the Clippers and the Suns, and right now in the 2 games that I've seen so far, it's split. So
no, it's 2-1 in favor of the Clippers.
Okay.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought there was an argument. Oh, you lost the argument because you said that the Suns had won too. Which one were you wrong about?
I was not wrong. He kept trying to persist.
It was the listener.
Yes, the listener was wrong time and time again.
Yeah, Clippers.
We don't call them listeners, Phil. We call them super fans.
Yeah, Clippers.
Get it right.
Clippers have the edge as far as this. But this is the playoff. That was then. This is now. These are 2 very different teams than when they were meeting in the regular season. So, and no, I do not want to go hell yeah on somebody being injured. No.
Hell yeah.
Hell
don't
yeah.
want to do that.
Hell no.
Hell no. Jeff Van Gundy also says, did this guy really just say that Paul George and Reggie Jackson are the scariest combo the Suns have played? Chris Paul is clearly not missing the whole season regardless.
Well, no, I don't think
he was
making
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson. He did say Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
He is not. You said Reggie Jackson is what he said. Did you say Reggie Jackson?
No, I didn't. He's talking about Raven Kidd. Raven Kidd made that proclamation that this would be the fiercest backcourt combo that the Suns would be facing. I did not make that claim.
He didn't say Reggie Jackson.
He did say Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson is on the Clippers.
Reggie Jackson's a baseball player.
No, this is a different Reggie Jackson.
It's a new iteration. It's kind of like Isaiah Thomas.
No, you can't do that. People got to stop naming their kids after other people. Then they grow up and they become somebody. Now we're going to deal with 2.
Yep.
That ain't cool.
Yep.
It's not cool at all.
Well, it's like I told Keon when he was talking about Reggie Jackson, the basketball. I said he was a hell of a power hitter too.
That's what I'm saying.
And he had that game where he had 3 home runs at World Series game. Yeah.
I remember he tried to kill the Queen.
Yeah. And not only that, but the guy, he's not very tall either. So for him to be playing NBA, well, good for him. He must be at least, I think I asked Keon, he's got to be at least 75 now.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing. Right. I'm not for that. I'm not worried about the Clippers. Bruno Baller says one thing we can say for sure: there will be at least 4 more Phoenix Suns basketball games, and I can't wait. Flying Monkey says yes, those are very formidable backcourts. Don't underestimate the Booker/CP3 combo. They're as good as any backcourt in the association. And let's see, Jeff Van Gundy says, well, it wasn't a hell yeah to an injury. It was a hell yeah to Suns being a team of destiny. That's what I was saying.
Team of destiny?
Hell yeah. For that.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Watermelon says, Jeffrey, what happened? I heard you ask Phil to break down the Suns opponents, and I feel like I blacked out and I woke up and it's Friday already. Is it Friday?
No, unfortunately.
No, it's Friday Junior.
Senior Wake and Bake says, Dr. Phil, shut the hell up. He says, it's good hearing you fellas. Starting to feel like a waterboarded hostage listening to too much Phil lately. Go Suns.
Wow. Waterboarded hostage?
Your voice is like being waterboarded, Phil.
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard worse.
Bruno Baller says, does Randy or Jeffrey remember the Reggie bar? It was a candy bar named after Reggie Jackson.
Yeah.
I think that thing broke a lot of teeth, didn't it?
Reggie bar. Yeah. I remember
I
that.
didn't say it was bad. It was just had a lot of going on.
Wasn't it similar to a Baby Ruth?
Yeah, that was it was very much like that. Random texture says, is Raven Kid assuming anymore predicting the Clippers going to the finals than I did 2 weeks ago, saying the Suns were going to be the championship? You had no problem agreeing with me because it's the Suns. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, yeah.
What's your point?
Well, welcome to the club.
Did I not give Raven Kid proper credit for being good at stuff? I just can't jump on board with this. Lightning Bolt says, I was driving through Sunny Slope and I thought I saw you coming out of Motel 6, Jeffrey.
No.
Yeah. No. Not you talking about me? Heavy Metal Maniac says, so glad the captain is back to steer this ship right back in the right direction. Oh, it was never in the wrong direction. Lost Toby says Clippers beating CP3 would be poetic.
Because of CP3, formerly a Clipper.
I got news for you. They will not beat CP3. You think that he has not sort of been watching off in the distance, like, okay, nobody's there that I used to play with. It's just the Clippers, but I'd still like to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm sure he would really like to
he gets a chance,
slap the Clippers around.
Yeah, he gets a chance to wipe down Steve Ballmer and say, sit your sweaty ass down.
I don't even think Steve Ballmer owned the team when CP3 was there.
He did. He just bought it from the racist guy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So Licky Lips Johnson says the Suns have the easiest path to the finals because of all the injuries. Now they have to just get past the Nets. You guys know I'm a diehard Laker fan, but I'll root for the Suns if you guys go to the finals.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's cool to hear. I just I feel like you're still going to see the Suns in the finals. I have a hard time with these Clippers. They go down 2 games, they struggle back and they win. They go down 2 games, they struggle back, they win. By the time they get to the Western Conference Finals, that team is exhausted. Now that team's got injuries. I hate this because I hate the excuses. Everybody's gonna say, well, like you just did right there. Well, the Suns have an easy road because of all these injuries. And I hate that has some truth to it.
Yeah,
but it's still a great team.
I thought I just brought out the evidence from last season. There's always injuries.
Winslow.
There is always injuries in it's Justice.
Ersan Ilyasova.
Anna Kournikova. That's
What?
tennis.
What?
I don't know. What's he talking about?
I'm just listing all the innocuous injuries.
You mean Ben Simmons?
Yeah,
you
Ben
mean
Simmons.
Dame Lillard? Is that what you
Ben
mean
Simmons
too?
was injured before the bubble, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
Well, he was still injured. Is that because he didn't have enough time to take care of his body, or because he got hurt playing basketball? I say he got hurt playing basketball.
Can you even?
This is a time of year when you're going to be hurt no matter what.
Can you even make the argument that it's at the same clip? It's at the same rate.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
Every season is the same damn thing.
No, it's not.
It's the end of the season. There is always injuries. Always. Hamstrings are a part of the game.
Well, yes, they run on them. They use them to jump.
Well, exactly my point. It has nothing to do with the late times of layoff or how much you've used it. Hell, I can pull a hamstring just sitting here in this chair.
Can you?
Yes, I can.
Show me.
Show you Jack. I'll show you something. I'll come in that damn room in there and I'll show you lights out.
Yeah, he's actually in the building. Cheese Skulls Burner says, Philip, LeBron said he was going to have to put more on his shoulders, and look where that got him. A date with an early vacation. I'd rather just trust Kevin Durant to put his head down and take it on. Hall of Famer, by the way. Wait, what? When am I eligible? Do I have to like Phil to have an opportunity, or do I be the Kurt Schilling of the fourth dimension?
Ooh.
No, you must
Phil,
praise and have FUs for me.
No, that gets you nowhere. In fact, that gets me like, maybe you're not a Hall of Fame material there, I guess. Let's see. Mr. Wilbur says, hey, Randy, wouldn't it be cool if the Diamondbacks never won another game all year, going 20 and 142?
That would be fantastic. That would
Pour
be
me
awesome.
a crown for every single injured pitcher on the Diamondback staff. No, wait, don't do that. I don't think you have enough crown to go around.
Large Marge says CP3 is in the protocol because Phil is shopping for this cursed tattoo. Let's keep our eye on the big picture, guys.
Okay.
Hashtag no moosh.
All right.
No moosh.
No moosh.
No moosh.
I don't understand what that means.
I don't know
I
what
don't
no
either.
moosh means.
One of us should look it up, but not on the station equipment. Jeff Van Gundy says, let me get some beers for me, Randy. And Jeff go, yeah, I'm just going to stop here.
If you like pina colada.
How do you even know? I wasn't down. Could have been a Coors Light. It could have been fine.
God, we
Beer
love
Bob says, Friday Junior. Phil, get it right. It's Friday Eve. Nondescript says, I don't think CP3 is going to be playing the Clippers alone anytime soon. Good point. Just Tip says, I don't think this Suns team gives a rip if CP3 misses a game or two. To see how the players reacted with the fans at the Cutter Aviation was awesome. I wonder if the team's going to take their welcome home and use it for inspiration. Filthy, what are you using today from your word of the day calendar?
The word is innocuous. Innocuous.
It's a good word. I like innocuous.
Wow.
Spell it.
INOCOUS.
Wrong. Random texture says Randy is 100% right. There's always injuries at the end of the season, hence them wanting 965 days off between each season. Baker's Cocky Hen says you can't bitch about injuries. Be in better shape. Maybe you won't get hurt. Suns aren't able to blame for someone else being hurt, especially when some have been hurt and they're still in it.
Almost choked on my water.
Phil.
And also, you guys got to understand, injuries are part of the game. It's part of any athletic competition. It's part of football. I mean, but you don't. I don't understand why in 80 days between the championship and the start of the next season, I don't understand why that's not enough time for your body to recuperate and get ready for the next season.
Because it's not just one game; it's an entire season.
Yeah,
Randy.
but you're always going through therapy. You're always getting treatment during the season. You're always going through rehabilitation during the season to help your body heal from one game to the next. Again, I will give it to you. This was a condensed season. It was a very rigorous season for the NBA. But these snowflakes cannot complain about 80 days between the championship.
They're always going to find something.
And there were guys that were off even longer. Remember the guys that didn't play in the tournament, like the Phoenix Suns? They were off even longer. So you mean to tell me the Phoenix Suns are in better shape because they did not play in the tournament? They had plenty of time off. But poor LeBron, who's got plenty of time off this year, is going to have plenty of time to lick his wounds and shut his big fat mouth.
Always have preloaded excuses. Phil had preloaded his excuses for the Lakers when the Lakers were up on the Suns. So it's just one of these things, Randy. Hilo and Mike says, Phil, are you saying that if the Suns win the title, it's less legitimate somehow?
Somehow, look, enjoy the title. We went over the fact that the Golden State Warriors in their first run with Steph Curry and the crew
You're saying yes. Can you just say yes or no?
I am unable to. The first time that the title ran with the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry and the crew, they didn't play one single starting point guard. The entire run, they didn't play one team's original starting point guard. And because of that, it always tarnishes for me at least a little bit of their run to the playoffs and run to the finals. But look,
you're not going to put an asterisk in the Lakers for the bubble championship.
No.
But here's the thing. Yeah, guess what? Injuries are not the Suns' fault.
Right.
There should be no asterisks on any of that. It had nothing to do with them. Had nothing. It's not like they cheated. It's not like somebody else cheated. It's just this was the landscape. This was the criteria for existing in the NBA right now. If you don't like the way it is, LeBron, you could have left. You just leave.
Well,
but if you lose because of injuries, you still lose.
And you get
it's not the fault of the other team.
You get paid extremely well to play this game at a very high level. Let's not forget that. You get paid extremely well, much better than 98% of everybody that comes to your ball games to watch you play. You are paid. So I don't understand the complaining here. I just don't get it. It just doesn't register with me.
Raven Kid says, Le Cancun. Le Mickey is now Le Cancun.
Le Mickey.
As in going to Disneyland. Sedaily Blizzard. Blizzard.
Hey.
I need to get me some. Yeah, I need me some Dairy Queen. Sedaily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention the Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Chances are the technology you work with every day is an afterthought until it isn't working. Technical problems can throw a wrench in your day, but computer security issues can expose you and your customers to serious risk. Affinity Technology builds custom IT solutions that help small businesses thrive. No system is too complicated. If it plugs in, we work with it. Affinity Technology runs Arizona businesses. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
These last few months have reinforced just how unpredictable the world is increasingly becoming. Right now, we're seeing market highs in the face of economic lows. Professional investors are wisely positioning their portfolios to protect against possible market downturns while still benefiting from the current bull market. So should you. Register for Online Trading Academy's complimentary 3-hour class, Protection from the Election. This new class will explore strategies to protect wealth from instability and capture profits during both bull and bear cycles. Call 844-877-2337 to reserve your complimentary seat in Protection from the Election. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Classes are available in Scottsdale, Chandler, or Peoria. Call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996. Again, call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Very soon, the pain begins. NFL training camp. Get all the latest news, insights, and analysis from your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. All right, so I don't want to give LeBron James a whole lot of credit, but maybe he's right. Maybe the season is too long. I would be more worried about the season being too long than not having enough recovery time in between.
Agreed.
I don't know. Maybe we're just saying the same thing anyways. You know, a shorter season means more time to recover. But what is the sweet spot for number of games? What does LeBron want? You know, what's the number of games that would be okay? And what's the amount of time in between seasons?
One game a
that would
week.
be okay.
One game a week for like 5 weeks.
Oh, come on. No, I think that they're all looking for lower numbers of games. I think if you look across sports, right, that's why football trumps everything else, is because of the brief amount of games. They all mean more. Now, when you have 17 games between two teams and then they finally meet in the finals and you already have some background knowledge on how the matchup works, it's not as exciting. I think that there's an argument
for a number, Phil. Give me a number.
I couldn't give you that number. I'm sure that whatever number that they probably pick 40, hoping in good faith that with negotiations 40? It'd be around 60.
Good Lord. I don't even know it. Gorilla Toe says, give me a 5-gallon beer bong, please, Randy. I can't take more talk about only having 3 months off.
5-gallon beer bong. Okay.
Daylight Drew says there is nothing illegitimate about whoever wins this title this year. Now
No.
pour me a Maker's Mark and a cold IPA chaser, please.
There we go.
Licky
There
Lips
we go.
Johnson says, yeah, but the Suns are lucky to be playing the teams that have major injuries this year. You
Well,
guys will see
I mean-
how this time off is going to help LeBron and AD get back to 100%. And you'll see how it helps us like it helped you guys last year because you had a long vacation.
Okay. All right.
Except for your guy is old as hell. Except for, not AD, but LeBron. I think he should retire. Mr. Wilbur says, yippee, Jeffrey's buying blizzards for the fourth dimension. I'll take an Oreo cookie blizzard, please. That's mine. That's mine.
How do you get yourself in these situations, Jeffco?
My mouth sometimes doesn't work. Man Bear Pig says, if the Lakers were in the Suns' shoe right now, would
Yeah.
you put an asterisk on those Lakers championship win if
No
it was
way.
this year, Phil?
No way.
I would take the championship, but I would realize that we got
Would
very
you put
fortunate.
an asterisk on it?
Yeah.
I think any
You
team that
lying
I think
sack.
any team that wins a championship feels very fortunate to
Yeah.
have done so.
Yes, absolutely.
Whether it's this season or whatever season, it's not easy, and you do need some luck on your side.
Absolutely.
And every competitor will tell you. The U.S. Open, I've been watching it all day. There is a level of luck that goes into winning the U.S. Open as well.
Oh yeah. How's Phil Mickelson doing?
He's 4 over. He's not doing good.
Oh, well, so much for that.
Yeah, I mean, but there's no reason to try to beat it down because the Suns win. You know what? America, deal with it. The Phoenix damn Suns are playing for the right to play for the finals of the NBA.
And by the way, Chris Paul has been in and out with his own injury situation, manned up and got through it, but still they didn't have Chris Paul the entire time. And yet here we are. 888-368-1580. Hamilton Porter says, Arnold Palmer always said, the more I play, the luckier I get.
Yeah.
Heelbin Mike says, to me, the battle of attrition is an integral part of all sports.
Absolutely.
Dudes used to play 3 road games in 3 nights, fly commercials, stay in crappy hotels, played a brand of ball that real men played. Even Showtime.
Yeah.
Hate them as much as I did. They were tough as nails back in the day.
Yeah.
So
Talking about.
yeah. Rye Guy says, just because they're wealthy playing poor sports doesn't exactly mean participants won't complain. There's always something for somebody to bitch about. By the way, I'll have a chocolate coffee flavored blizzard, please and thank you.
Can we spike it? Can we? Oh yes.
Well, not without their permission. That's called assault.
Yeah.
If you spike it,
Can't do
you know.
that. No.
Put your roofies away, Phil. 5701. Somebody who has been texting the show now and then since February of last year says, what about the time they had off during COVID? Isn't that resting your body? No travel in the bubble. That's AAU tourney style.
Yeah.
LeBron is just a whiny little baby.
I think that he's trying to make a point just to keep himself out there, his brand out there. I understand he probably has a valid reason for speaking up, and he feels like he's protecting the rest of the players that are playing through this period of time.
Or since he's out of the playoffs, he hasn't heard his name left.
Well,
so he had to get renewed.
that could be too. I mean, I'm sure that LeBron has an enormous ego, and but the bottom line is, it's a moot point. This is the way it is, dude. Just relax.
By the way, 5701, after a year of not texting, you have texted it. Come on, man. Let's get you a nickname. Get in here. Be a part of this. That was a good text. Jeff Van Gundy says, Randy, I'm looking forward to the race setup tomorrow with you and Kermit the Frog.
All right.
By the way, title, bubble title, where Heat were missing several players last year, and you're going to say that's legitimate, Phil?
Just because it was one team at one fortunate time doesn't mean that it was an entire team of runs that you're getting as the Phoenix Suns. But again, I take the title.
Wow.
Enjoy the title. It's fun. It is great. It's no matter what, you can only play the teams in front of you.
But Phil is still going to judge it, and anytime it gets brought up later, he's going to say, yeah, but. Just the Tip says, Randy,
butts.
if you please, a room temperature Guinness for Jeffrey. Thank you. An ice cold Coors Light for yourself.
Thank you.
Evan Williams neat for me, and a healthy dose of
Phil, don't make me come in your booth and turn your lights out for Filthy, please.
Oh, we just ran out. Oh man.
Oh no, Randy's got plenty of that.
Yeah.
I can't find it.
Just the Tip says, when I look back on my fantasy basketball teams this year, they're riddled with players taking lots of games off for precautionary or in the best interest of the player's health or rest.
Yeah.
Damn it, I wish Charles Oakley or Anthony Mason was a son right now. He'd make sure opponents get legitimate reasons to take that time off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, the good old days. Beer Bob says, I was wondering if Sergio Garcia could help me out. I'm a little confused about the U.S. Open. Didn't Phil Mickelson just win that like 3 weeks ago or something? What's going on here?
Well, no, hello, my name is Sergio Garcia. I'm the guy that won the Masters a few years back. You probably remember me from winning the Masters. And I'm playing in the United States Open. But no, Phil did not win the United States Open a few weeks back. That was the PGA Championship. It's a PGA Championship.
Yeah.
The United States Open is put on also not by the PGA, but the USGA. And so there's the differences right there. And there's still time for Phil to turn it around. I mean, tomorrow he's going to go up again. But I hope I helped you out. I'm always pleased and happy to come onto the show and try to help you out and assist you with your golfing questions. Sergio Garcia out.
Wait, Sergio, how are you doing today? Are you golfing all right? Are you going to win this one like you won the Masters?
I'm still on the course, so I have to go, you guys. I got lots of work to do.
Good luck.
I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Okay. Take it easy on those greens. All right, bye. 888-368-1580. Jeff Van Gundy says, LeBron is like a needy girlfriend you haven't paid attention to in 5 minutes. You go too long without acknowledging, and bam, there he is, crying and crying.
I guess.
Heelman Mike says, are they letting Tiger play the dog leg? Rye Guy says, thank you, Phil. Prison Wallet says, so is LeBron willing to get paid less money if he plays less games?
Hell no.
Niners 1680 says, LeBron is the biggest, softest crybaby in NBA history.
Wow.
Perhaps.
Wow.
Let me tell you, though. He has been a physical force of nature in the past. He is not that anymore. He has been a guy you could be scared of. He's not that anymore. So he has been that person. He may be that now. What you are saying that he's Niner 1680 saying he's the softest crybaby. He is absolutely that now. But in the past, that was a big, scary, hairy man who, when you see a guy who's got a big old hairy, I'm talking, no. I mean, like, when you see those big old hairy arms and, they're sweaty and he's like, I'm going to rip you. That guy in the bar, you're like, I ain't saying nothing to that guy.
I find it so humorous that one of the bigger arguments for all these Michael Jordan jock sniffers going around, going around saying, in his day, he would have not, except for the fact that he's 6'9", 250 with 0.08 body fat. He's an absolute
Michael
train.
Jordan is 6'9"?
No, LeBron James is an absolute train. Going to the basket, one of, if not the best go to the basket players of all time. And yet somehow he would not have done well in, excuse me.
Can I tell you
he would have
you're wrong?
Excelled in that year. Go ahead.
Because during a playoff game, he went out with the cramps.
Who LeBron James?
Yeah. Michael Jordan played with the flu. Whether it was a hangover or appropriate flu, he played through that and he won that.
He went out
LeBron
with the cramps?
James went out with the cramps.
You realize cramps are vastly different than the flu, yes?
Sometimes I get the menstrual cramps real hard. Didn't you see Raising Arizona?
And San Antonio Spurs turned off the AC.
Oh my God.
It's true. Go back and look at the reports. They did that. The AC was off. Now it was off for everybody, but that doesn't mean that it affects everybody the same way. LeBron James was unfortunate enough to suffer from heat cramps.
Random Texture says, Phil, innocuous, precipitous, pasty, white, tarnishes, inequities, all adjectives having nothing to do with sports. Phil, you've said all of that in the last 20 minutes. Is this a sports program or a Geek Squad network? What the hell are you doing, Phil?
No, I think.
By the way, what does LeBron want? He wants a Bubba and a Whoopie.
I think pasty white ass definitely has a lot to do with sport.
I think that was in reference to me.
Yes.
Navy Devil says these guys want less games, so that means less cash. So therein lies the struggle.
No, they're not going to have less cash. They'll have more cash, because the people that own the teams, have bought the teams and purchased the teams, need to share all of their money with the players of the game. And so therefore they're not going to lose any cash, but we're going to play less games. So that's the way that is.
Here's Booger Wolf, just wants to start trouble. Watch the world burn. Says Laker fans are idiots. Licky lips, Phil. All Laker fans are dopes. Jealous of the Suns. We are title contenders for years to come. Health wasn't a concern in game one when playoff rookies took it to LeBum and Unibrow. Go Suns and screw the haters.
Screw the hater. Well, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of haters to go out and continue to do what you say, but good luck.
Hamilton Porter says, who's a bigger crybaby biatch, LeBron or Crosby?
Whoa.
Bing Crosby didn't really whine that much.
He was beat his kids, but
no, I think they're talking about Sidney Crosby from the NHL. Yeah, not Bing Crosby.
Licky Lips Johnson says LeBron has always been doubted and hated, even by me before he came to the Lakers. But the man had always proven his haters wrong. Jeff Van Gundy says, guys, LeBron is a train. No wonder it sounds like he's always whining. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, Phil, you and LeBron have something in common. You suck and you're full of crap. Twittiot says, I don't talk and walk and text very well, but could it be possible LeBron got soft after starring in those rom-coms? Remember that? Ooh, could be. Could be. Mr. Wilbur says, we'll have to wait and find out what he says when we come back. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, when we're all working on our shows here at The Fanatic, we're totally focused and we don't want to worry about the other things. You know, like the technology that runs our station. That's where Affinity Technology comes in. They run all our IT so we can focus on what really matters, our business and our listeners. These guys handle literally everything. If it plugs in, they work with it. They've saved us tons of money and have kept us focused on what really matters. Affinity Technology, they can do the same for you. Go to atechaz.com. Be sure and tell them I sent you.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by CDW, people who get it. John Rahm just exited quarantine at the start of the week after his positive COVID test at the Memorial, and now the Spaniard is climbing the leaderboard in the first round at Torrey Pines.
John Rahm, even par, crossed the expanse of this green here, about 30 feet. This for birdie, flag stick pulled out, ball away, creeping up and in. John Rahm has knocked it in, fell in on its last revolution, and that's back-to-back birdies for John Rahm after back-to-back bogeys. He hasn't made a par yet.
Brian Katrick, the call on Sirius XM. Rahm 1 under, 3 off the pace. Russell Henley posting a 467 earlier. He leads the way. Francesco Molinari and Rafa Cabrera Bello both 3 under, 1 back. Brooks Koepka, Xander Schauffele in the clubhouse at 2 under. Rory McIlroy is 1 under through 5. He's 3 back. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
At CDW, we get the people who need to sign here aren't always here.
Tell me about it. I'm always chasing down signatures. I go through pens and shoes like chewing gum.
Sounds like you need Adobe Sign orchestrated by CDW to securely automate e-signatures and workflows across devices from anywhere. Integrating with existing tools, Sign can save your organization time, money, and miles.
Thank goodness I can finally take these shoes off.
No. Back on. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Adobe Sign.
Oh, come on! 4! There it is. In golf, the right adjustments can make all the difference. We feel the same way about financial planning. With Fidelity Wealth Management, your dedicated advisor will work with you to create a personalized plan for your full financial picture. And as your needs change, they'll help you make adjustments so you can stay on target. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil in there pushing the buttons. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We are broadcasting live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, all right, listen, we got a new texter here who is not really a new texter, but identified. An identified new texter.
Ah, okay.
And he's the guy that we were talking about earlier. He says, you guys are great. Haven't had a car in a while. That's why I've been MIA. I'm a big Chicago sports guy, so call me something that has to do with that. Okay. You are now big Chicago guy. Or wait, big Chicago sports guy?
Big Chicago sports guy.
Big Chicago sports guy. I'm just going to put you in there as that.
What about Big Sheiks?
What?
Big Sheiks.
Big Sheiks.
Yeah, big Chicago sports guy. But it's like
he's like a chic or something.
Why don't we call him? Why don't we call him Big Stewie?
Big Stewie.
Yeah. Sounds kind of cool. Big Stewie.
Does that sound like a Chicago guy? Stewie? That's like the baby from Family Guy.
What about Big Stogie?
Big Stogie?
Big Stogie.
We don't even know if he smokes cigars. What else is something we can connect a Chicago guy?
Can we call him Deep Dish?
How about Big Murder? No, it's probably not very positive. A lot of that happens in Chicago.
The Godfather.
Did that take place in Chicago?
No, I don't know.
I don't think it did.
No, it was like New York.
Big Wind. Call him the Big Wind.
The Big Wind.
Ooh, that's kind of good because he's a big Chicago guy, right? So there's the connection.
Big Windy.
The Big Windy.
The Big Windy.
Nah, because then people think it's a gal. We're calling her Windy. We don't want to do that. So how about we call Big Wind?
How about,
in fact, the Big Wind.
The Big Wind.
The Big Wind.
Wow. Okay.
And then people, when they don't like what he says, they can say, the Big Wind is blowing a lot of hot air today, Jeffrey.
I see. Yeah.
The Big Wind.
I have a feeling there'll be more flatulent jokes than that.
Yeah. It's a big wind, Randy. He says, by the way, Phil, 1v1 me?
In what arena?
Yeah, I mean, that's very ambiguous.
I mean, if we're unwrapping bananas, I'm going to demolish you. But if we're starting to talk about like in boxing or something, I'm out of that ring.
Wrapping bananas?
Unwrapping bananas. Who would wrap a banana? Come on, Jeffrey.
Who unwraps banana? What are you talking about?
How do you eat your bananas?
Is that a euphemism for something?
Wow.
That I don't want to know about?
Something just happened here on the show that I have completely been left out of.
Unwrapping bananas.
Listen, guys.
Big Wind, are you sure you want to 1v1 him? Mr. Wilbur says, hey, Randy, Phil, it's time to do our top 10 NFL quarterbacks. Number 1 for me, Carson Wentz. Oh, shut up. Floppy Bumper says, Sidney Crosby is the biggest crybaby in the NHL.
Yeah.
I trouble myself to walk across the street to say that to his face, though.
Wow.
Heelman Mike says, okay, this whole argument was stupid. Let me tell you something. No one dominated a basketball court like Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh, yeah.
If he was playing right now, he'd be first team NBA easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we got to move on. We got to move on and talk about some other things. Now, before we get into, I got good news for all men everywhere. You know, this Sunday is Father's Day.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So
For
there's
Phil,
an actual
it's
day for
Sunday.
dads. Okay. All right.
For Phil, it's more peppering his mom with questions. Who is dad? But for Andy and I, it's Father's Day. And so Planet Fitness did a poll for Father's Day.
Yeah.
And now this is awesome for me. This is awesome for you. Phil, this is not going to be great for you. Annual survey on dad bods found that they are more popular than ever. 70% of women now say my body type, my current body type is an attractive look. Huh?
Dad bod?
Yeah. You don't have a dad bod at all. Randy and I, we've got the dad bod.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why the ladies think we are sexy.
I think I have 2 dad bods in one.
80% of women think dad bods are a sign of confidence. 65% described it as sexy. And 59% would rather be with a guy who's got a little jiggle than somebody who's solid muscle.
Yeah.
Eh?
I like that.
Can I tell you what the real truth is behind this? The reason women want dad bod, they don't want fat guy. They don't want super fit guy. Here's why. Super fit guy makes them feel self-conscious and think, ooh, some other woman might try to take him away. Ooh, he may look at me and think, start judging me for how I look. So they're like, okay, I can't have thin, muscular guy because that's a lot of work. But I don't want fat, disgusting guy because, that ain't no fun. So a guy with a little something, a little jiggle, like I said, this is not a guy someone else is going to try to steal. And this guy is not going to judge me if I put on a couple extra pounds. Dad bod is the sweet spot.
Well, I have an awful lot of jiggle. So I have a feeling I'm not a dad bod. I'm a fat bod.
No, you don't look like a fat guy.
I'm a wide body.
We're dad bods. That's what it is.
Okay.
Look, you have a wife. Lovely lady. I have a wife. Lovely lady. Phil's just fit. Phil's physically fit.
How does your celery sticks taste now, Phil?
How does Forever Alone taste, Phil?
I don't know. You want to ask everybody else how my celery sticks taste?
Wow, why did you turn that into that?
Wow.
That's just like with Phil, celery sticks, no actual nutritional content. I don't know what that means, but it sounded funny to me.
Wow.
Just the Tip says, is it just me or did Filthy just come out of the closet saying, I'll unwrap your banana? No, he eats bananas. We see him. Why do you always got to go there with that?
Come on. That's just so below you.
Yeah. Did you just say what?
That's so below you.
Oh,
Beneath
God.
you.
I thought you said something else. Raven Kid says Crosby is a bigger crybaby than Big Nose Brad Marchand.
Marchand's I don't think he's a crybaby. I think he's a little package of hate. That's what I think Brad Marchand is.
Phil's kind of a little package of hate himself.
I think Marchand's just a guy that just skates around looking for trouble.
That's like Phil. He just sits there in that chair always looking for trouble. I think we just learned something here.
I don't think so.
Billy from Phoenix says, dad bods are in. Yes, we have better personalities. We're more outgoing. We spend less time in front of mirrors. We care less about what we look like, and we're not afraid to make fun of ourselves. Who needs a six-pack when you got a cake right here?
Yeah. That's true. I agree with that 100%.
Good Cat says, Jeffrey, did you leave any bourbon whiskey for us, or did you drink everything on vacation? By the way, the Big Wind sounds like he's being named after a fart. All right, fine. Person we called Big Wind. We'll think of a better name, I guess. I don't know.
I've got the list right here. I could break the list out.
All right. Well, it's got to be something we can connect to Chicago. So go ahead, Randy.
Well, let's see. There's Phil's Girth, Plus One, Salty, Pigeon Muffler, Snap Clap, The Great Kazoo, The Fat Rabbit, Chin Dimple. Let's see. Sweaty Criminal, Jack Wad, Dale's.
Whoa. Sweaty Criminal sounds like a Chicago name.
That's about there. Right. If not that, I was going to say Big Bear Bowl.
Big Bear Bowl?
Yeah.
I didn't say Big Bear Bowl.
No, but I'm saying that that's what it could be because Chicago's very associated with bears.
Sweaty Criminal.
Yeah, I'm putting Sweaty Criminal in for now.
All right. I'll take that off the list.
Chi-Town guy? It seems a little bit.
Sounds like chai tea.
Yeah. Sweaty Criminal, Sweaty Teamster. I don't know. What else you got there?
Let's see. Herpy Street, McDaddy.
I want to call him Herpy Street.
Yeah. Herpy Street, McDaddy.
McDaddy.
No, McDaddy. Like McDonald's, McDaddy.
No, some people call it McDonald's. So.
Let's see. Oily Stool, Magic Lube. Fourth and Inches. Butt Picks.
What?
Butt Picks.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Jen from accounting, Streakers, Balls, Douche, Beer Nuts, Sticky Keyboard, and Nude Texter.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Sweaty Criminal. Okay. So you're no longer Big Wind, although I like Big Wind for somebody. Sweaty Criminal. That sounds very Chicago to me. That actually is the best.
Sweaty Criminal.
Chicago. So thank you, Randy. Appreciate the help with that.
All
so.
Right.
There you go, Sweaty Criminal. 888-368-1580. Thanks for the suggestion, though, there, Floppy Bumper. Billy from Phoenix says, Moose Knuckle. Okay, we're
wow.
That's
no.
That's for a Canadian. You know that's for a Canadian.
Yeah, it's Canadian.
Yeah, you're gonna have a moose involved. Helaman Mike says 4 calories of celery takes your body 6 calories to process. You can kill yourself with that crap. Jagdog says, grab your shine box, new texter. First Calf Mike says, hey Jeffrey, can you ask Phil a question? I have to run to the corner store for a 6-pack and I don't want to miss anything. So I just ask Phil any question. That'll give you time to go down the store, buy a 6-pack, maybe do a couple scratchers right there at the counter just to see if you win.
Smoke a cig.
You come back to and hey Phil, here's the question.
Yeah, can't wait.
Why do you never give me yes or no on answers? Did you go to the Doug Ducey School of Answering Questions?
Oh, jeez.
No, no, because even though I don't answer in one-word answers, I at least give you content. Give you substance.
But when I start by saying yes, no answer, maybe you could.
Wow.
I don't know. Raven Kid, Raven City. Oh God, Raven Kid says Windy City Bull would work. Windy City Bull.
Yeah,
that's not bad, Raven Kid. We'll see what the dude says. Good Cat says, what about pothole or pudding pop? That's not that. Now you guys are hitting us with it. Random Texter says, Bear Cub Black Socks. That's a tongue twister for me.
Bear Club Black Socks.
No,
it's not going to work.
Wilbur says, I got a granddad bod, a little stiff and touch of crazy.
Hello.
Is that a euphemism or you mean literally? Glendale Runner says, hey, regarding the dad bod comments, I have seen many times people running in running groups or triathlon clubs hooking up outside of marriage, while on the non-athletic spouse is at home getting cheated on. If your spouse is getting the athlete body, be aware who they're training with. Damn it. That's why I have a home gym. I know where my wife works out. I don't got to worry about that. Besides, I trust her and she's a wonderful person.
Mm-hmm.
Although I better keep the door open on the workout room, I think maybe. I don't know. Good Cat says, how about we call him Sockless Joe? Okay, listen, we got the name. We got the name. We're good with the name unless
Sweaty Criminal.
Yeah, unless Sweaty Criminal wants to be called something else. By the way, this weekend being Father's Day, tell me if I'm wrong, Randy.
Okay. All right, you're wrong.
You don't want anybody helping you with the grill, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't want anybody helping with the grill.
No.
And if you want to do something nice for Dad on Father's Day, don't offer to help with the grill.
No.
It's a job that your dad loves. Your dad maybe had a job he didn't love, but when he's at home at his castle, standing in front of his fire and grilling up that meat, whatever it may be, that's a job he loves. A new poll found 74% of dads do not want anyone manning the grill on Sunday. He doesn't need a break. He wants to do it himself.
I would agree with that 150%.
Yeah, they also found Father's Day is one of the most popular holidays for barbecuing. 4th of July is the top holiday to barbecue, but Father's Day, Memorial Day, and Labor Day, they all in that list. But still, yeah. So don't get cute saying, Dad, I barbecued. Like, what? You did what? Dude, what?
No. Don't do that.
No.
Yeah,
I got you on that.
Don't do
that.
Hey,
Phil, are you handy around the house?
He started laughing for some reason.
I was
Let
gonna
me rephrase that. Phil, God Lord, not everything is sexual innuendo. Can you fix things around the house?
like those door stoppers? If the rubber falls off of one of those, I got you. Yeah.
You can fix that.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
it's something. Well, do you like the Zoe Deschanel?
Yeah, she can.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, she can.
Talking about the girl from Elf, if for reference. I
Yeah,
don't know what else
she's
I
the
can
new
say
girl.
she's been in.
Yeah, she's new girl.
Oh, she's new
Been
girl
around
too?
a while. She's
Okay.
not that new.
All right.
Anyway,
No, she's
so,
on that sitcom New Girl.
Oh, I have not seen that.
Yeah.
So, but
Neither
you know
have
what
I.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She, all right. So Zoe with 2 O's, isn't that Zooey?
Nope.
If there's 2 O's.
I think in this
Zoe.
case it's Zoe.
Zoe.
So she is she's a girlfriend to one of them Property Brothers.
Okay.
Which, by the
really?
way,
Uh-huh.
that in itself is a story to me.
All
I
right.
had no idea that either one of those guys would have a girlfriend. But so, they're twins. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I really just
You were shocked.
Anyway, so she's like, yeah, here's the thing. I want you to learn this, Phil. This is important. Look over here. Pay attention.
I'm looking. I'm
Okay.
looking.
Listen to what she says and learn from this.
Okay.
Here we go.
She says, oh, it's great because he always has the right tool for the job. Okay, stop. It's not sexual innuendo. God damn it, Phil. She says it's great because he fixes everything. He can fix anything. It's amazing. He just gets out his toolkit and he fixes stuff. He's so great. I'll be like, oh, the fridge is broken. And you know what? Boom, that picture needs to be hung up. Oh, he can do everything. It's so nice. And then I like decor and stuff like that. So I love buying, I like buying things and he hangs it. He puts it up. So you hear what's going on there. She's just like, oh my gosh, he can do so much. Why? Because people your age can't do bleep. And she's amazed at a guy who can do basic around the house stuff that any man should be able to do. Now, Jonathan Scott has become Zooey Deschanel's hero because he can do basic stuff you should know how to do. Swing a hammer, find the stud in the wall, Phil.
Well, if they're dating me, they already found the stud.
There you go. That's fine. But so she says she was already a fan of Property Brothers before she met this Jonathan guy. She says they met doing carpool karaoke or something. Anyway, the point here, Phil, you got to listen. This is helpful as a man. Make sure you know how to take care of stuff around the house because huge points. Women love when you can do stuff and fix stuff.
Does it help that I own a power drill?
Sure. Do you know how to use it?
Well, I can charge it.
Okay, that's probably not as good.
Wow.
Probably need to.
So why do you have a power drill and you don't know how to use the thing?
I think it attaches to something we don't want to know about. You'll have to have seen us on YouTube. Get that.
Just know that it's the highest horsepower a cordless drill could get.
Yeah, there's no horsepower.
It brings me to tears.
There's no horsepower unless you're attaching it to something that comes from a horse. I just wanted you to learn something. I don't think you've learned anything. Take some classes, read some books on how to fix stuff, Phil.
It's
the
funny.
women will use irresistible for it.
The women will do what? You broke up there. Please clarify immediately.
Please.
The women will find you irresistible.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Wow.
Like Red Green said, if the women don't find you handsome, at least have them find you handy. Huh?
But better than handsy.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You have duct tape at home?
Again, why do you ask these
Why
things
are you
that you don't
turning
want to
that
know?
into something sexual?
These things, trust me.
Not everything.
Come on.
Duct tape can fix anything.
Wow.
Yeah, yes, it can.
Wow.
Yes, it can, Jeffrey.
Wow.
I'm just going to take a break because this is not helping.
Yep.
I tried. Don't say I didn't try, Randy.
Listen, I understand and
You
I
did.
appreciate you trying to help me on Daddy's Day, but we got it. We got it.
Wow.
Just everything he says makes me uncomfortable now. Sweaty Criminal says, Sweaty Criminal is a perfect name. Bunch of those back home. So that fits. And go Bears, go first place White Sox.
All right.
Okay, calm down,
All right.
Sweaty Criminal. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Calm the hell down.
Introducing in-person payments from PayPal, a touch-free way for your customers to pay and tip. Whether you're a hot dog vendor,
Mustard? You gotta have the mustard.
a personal trainer,
Don't you drop those knees, Sandra!
or a boba shop,
Brewed to pearly perfection.
signing up your business is easy. Simply download the PayPal app and display your own unique QR code for your customers to scan, pay, and tip too. Shop safe with touch-free QR code payments. Fees may apply. For more info, go to paypal.com/us/getQRcode.
The Tampa Bay Bucks, Super Bowl 55. Super Bowl 55 is in the history books, but we aren't kicking up our feet and waiting. The 2021 season has begun. And there's already been a lot of action because the NFL never takes a nap. Free agency, pro days, hirings and firings, the draft, training camp, and more. We will keep you in the know with all the news, insights, and analysis. Football is always in season here. Your exclusive home to the NFL and Super Bowl 56, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by USPS. As business changes, the United States Postal Service is changing with it. Russell Henley might have company before long. First round at Torrey Pines, Henley has held the outright lead for a bulk of the afternoon after a 467 this morning. Christian Bezuidenhout from South Africa started on the 10th. He drops in an eagle at 18 to move to 3 under. He is now making the turn. Also 3 under, 1 back, 2018 British Open champion Francesco Molinari and Rafa Cabrera Bello. And for Cabrera Bello, the 68 was his first competitive round at Torrey. Rory McIlroy pushing to 2 under with a hole out for birdie at 7 from under a Torrey Pine, well off the green. Another 4-time major winner, Brooks Koepka, also 2 under and 2 back. Koepka is in the clubhouse. Bryson DeChambeau, Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth, all 1 over. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
It's like I blinked and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce.
Now my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide, and we're bringing it right when your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority you.
For the ones standing guard. For the eagle-eyed. For the knights in shining armor. And for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call clickgrainger.com/safety or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So David Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And Swave Dave says, yeah, Phil, that's why my wife fell in love with me, because I can do stuff. I can fix stuff. See, you got to learn stuff, Phil. You got to learn to grill properly. You got to learn to which screwdriver you need to fix the thing. You got to know to turn off the power at the breaker, not the entire house, but just the area you need to work in. You need to learn how to hang a ceiling fan. You need to learn how the basics on a car. You got to do all that kind of stuff.
All right,
women will love you for it.
I got the first part down. I can do stuff, and I can certainly locate the correct screwdriver.
Was that supposed to be sexual? Because I don't even understand.
I've lost
Why
complete a track of what the hell's going on here.
Now, trust me, there's a reason why they call it the Phillips screwdriver.
Wow.
That is the worst innuendo I've ever heard. Booger Wolf says, I feel bad for Phil. He has no one to call on Father's Day. Maybe they could have a test tube baby day for people like him. Go Suns. He says, hey, female Broncos fan beat their boyfriends while holding a bologna sandwich. Phil's dumb and he stinks and he doesn't love Jesus. Go Suns.
He doesn't love Jesus.
Where did that come from?
Wow.
Helivin Mike says, how about in honor of the old Chicago livestock industry? Call that dude Slaughterhouse. Oh, write that one down, Randy. That's a good
Slaughterhouse.
Future.
All right.
No, but he's Sweaty Criminal. So that we're set there. Hitting the Nut says, we need to know if Sweaty Criminal has ever worked for you, Arizona. Wait a minute. Sweaty Criminal, you're not Sweaty Sean. I already forgot his name.
Miller.
You're not Sweaty Miller, are you? Billy from Phoenix says, I can fix a drink. Does that count? It doesn't hurt. But Bruno Baller says, lucky for us here in Phoenix, any day of the year can be a barbecue day. Well, I'll tell you what, I have promised my wife, because I love her and she's an amazing cook, chef, whatever you want, that I will always, no matter how hot it is outside, I will grill for her, because if that keeps the heat down on the inside of the house, I will venture into the furnacy, fiery hell that is Phoenix at 115, 17, 20. Randy, were they saying there's going to be 120 degrees next
Well,
week?
it broke a record again today. 118 was the high today. Okay, from the 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White here. Yeah, 118 was the high today. Currently outside, it's 115 degrees under mostly sunny skies. We're looking for 115 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then a bit of a cooling trend is going to sweep over the valley. It's only going to get up to 106 Monday, 104 on Tuesday. No chance of rain. However, welcome to the monsoon season. Yesterday was the first day of monsoon season, so you can expect those storms at any moment to pop up. So I just put out there just a normal 15% chance of thunder showers every day as we move through the monsoon season, because you never know where they're going to come from.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'll tell you what, having those days off, I wasn't able to go outside and do a whole lot just because of how hot it was.
Yeah.
And then anytime I'd open up the blinds in the morning, I'm like, this looks like every scene from the Netflix show Daybreak. It was like, it was because that show was, it was a funny ass show, by the way. But it was like after, an apocalypse had happened. So every time you'd open your window, you look out, you're like, why is everything reddish brown outside?
Well, and that's that smoke from the wildfires that are currently burning around our beautiful state.
So do they got those under control yet?
I believe they do. They've had the air tankers out there fighting the fires, and they've got crews out there. And boy, that they have a task in front of them, especially today. 118 was the recorded high at the airport today.
Braver men than us. And by the way, boy, I was just kidding when I said, would it be so bad if Globe Miami just sort of burnt off the map? I was kidding. I don't want anybody to die.
And look what you've done. Look at the power
I
of your name or of your words, Jeff Go.
Let's turn on the TV sometime this week, and I'm like, oh no. I don't think it got them though, right? They're still there, right?
Yeah, I believe everything is going to be okay.
He goes, they don't need a fire. What they need is a flood. They wash that area away, and then it's nice and clean, and you can rebuild.
All right.
Booger Wolf says, Jeff Go, Randy, Phil, how y'all doing today? Pour me a beer, Rando.
Yeah,
Go
absolutely.
Suns.
Yeah. There's your beer.
Raven Kid says, we thinking Stinky Phil gets bullied more than the last guy?
I don't think so.
Boy, I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think so.
From what I remember, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is
the
close,
last guy, as much as Phil brings it upon himself, the last guy really brought it on himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Jet says, welcome back, Jeffrey. The boys did a great job while you were gone. Please don't let Phil be the main man card commissioner while you're gone.
That does not happen. That does not happen.
Did that almost happen?
No.
Did somebody attempt that sort of a coup?
No.
Okay,
There were no coups attempted.
But it could have. It could have gone for the worst.
No.
Bob Shursky says, hey, manning the grill is my job, okay? Taking the meat out, holding it for me, that is Mrs. Swirsky's.
There
she
you
takes
go.
out my meat. She holds it for me. By the way, I'm headed to Vegas for Father's Day. Talk to you guys Monday.
All right, have fun. Stay cool and stay hydrated there.
Jagdog says, Phil has duct tape. I bet he's got a rope in his car, too, at all times.
And a ski mask.
Twidiot says, damn it, Jeffrey. I thought I was the one in a million who knew about Red Green. Not many people know about it, but boy, what a great show that was.
Red Green is my hero.
Yeah. And Just the Tip says, I don't know if he's writing it. Here's a tip for you, Just the Tip. Use a pencil. What he's saying is, damn it, I can't keep up with all the sexual innuendos. Circumcised Tito says, I'm late tuning in. What the hell's going on the 101 northbound? Every back road, every side road, on the road, under the road, they're all backed up. Randy, I know traffic's not your specialty, but can you give us an update? I really need a Bud Light up in here. And I need to know what's going on the 101 northbound.
101 north. Hang on. Let me. Well, wait. You can't cue the music yet.
You want me to look it up?
I'm looking it up now.
Maybe I can do better than I did last time.
Oh boy.
Google Maps. Hold on.
Let's see. Arizona
I
Department
live
of
in Indonesia.
Transportation.
What the hell, Google?
Here we go. Closure. State Route 98
Traffic.
closed.
Where's the traffic?
No, I'm not ready yet. That's not it.
Yeah, come on, Phil. Just
Phil,
give me a
you-
second.
Yeah, dude, relax.
Jeez.
That's right. That's better. Thank you. I don't
My
see
timeline.
Department of Transportation doesn't have any closures on the 101 right now. These are all out of town.
Everything I see is yellow.
All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, cue the music. From the 1580 The Fanatic Traffic Center, high above the traffic, I'm Randy White with a traffic update. According to the Arizona DOT, Loop 101, Agua Fria northbound closed at the US 60. That's Grand Avenue due to a law enforcement investigation. You can expect delays in all areas. Seek an alternate route like the I-17 or Loop 303. There is no estimated time to reopen the freeway. The 101 at Grand Avenue, right on my way home, closed down because of a law enforcement situation. No estimated time to reopen. There you go.
Helaman Mike says, what is up in the West Valley? 1 dead, 12 injured, 8 different instances in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, there was a shooting incident that was going from one Banner Medical Center to another one. Drive-by shooting. People have been injured. It's
Who's
bad.
shooting
scene.
up a hospital?
I don't know yet. I haven't been able to follow that. But yeah, these not just a hospital. Different hospitals around the area. Yeah, and it was
All
a
right, so
surprise
that is
area.
horrible.
Yeah.
All right, so let me just give you guys what I'm looking at here on this screen. Like Randy said, but when we say the 101 North, again, because we have limited imagination in the state of Arizona when it comes to numbering crap, he's talking about the 101 on the west side, not the 101 that goes to Scottsdale.
Yeah. Well, the
This
Grand
is the
Avenue.
101
Yeah.
on the north, on the west side. And yes, going north, it is all sorts of stuff. And you're right, the US 60 going west is messed up. Stuff even further north than that, it's a mess out there. Bell Road is a mess. Going up, I can't see the name of that road. El Mirage Road.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole bunch of stoppage up on that North 303, like way up there. So
Yeah. It was just, from
What a
what I
mess.
understand, it was just a crazy situation going on.
all
there-
right, well, that sucks.
People or a person was driving between Banner Hospital and Banner Medical Centers on the west side of town, shooting at them.
Jet says, sounds like 13 people shot, 1 fatality. And yes, multiple shootings in the West Valley. And one of them happened on the 101. They had the guy that did the shooting in custody, and they are still investigating. Holy moly. Megatron says, yeah, it was a shooter. Booger Wolf says, this just in, delay on the freeway. A semi just flipped over because the Broncos cheerleaders they were hauling tipped the truck.
Oh, boy.
Trying to get at the hay and apples. Go Suns.
Oh, boy.
Wow, read the room, Booger Wolf. Floppy Bumper says, yeah, there's a wreck on the off-ramp over on Grand. Good Cat says, there were no coup attempts when you were gone, Jeffrey, but lots of boos on Phil's takes. People are booing Phil, huh?
Yeah, so you didn't miss much.
Yeah, it was new. There's nothing new there. Hamilton Porter says, Father's Day, that is the most confusing day in Detroit. Random Texter says, just an FYI, from 5:09 to 5:12, Phil said absolutely nothing. For 3 minutes, Phil did not speak. Yeah, Phil is completely distracted with something over to the right of him on some screen. I can't really see what he's doing. Are you working on your Bitcoin? What's going on there? Like you've just been completely off camera doing something over
Well,
there.
it's been a traffic report. It's been a Jeopardy music over here. I haven't needed to go in. I mean, people are shooting up hospitals. What do you want me to comment on people shooting up?
Yeah,
They're
find you
bad.
some sexual innuendo there, Phil.
That's not the only thing that was shot up in that hospital.
Oh my God!
See, it's
That
horrible.
didn't even
This is
work.
why
That
I
didn't
don't
even work.
want to do this.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Booger Wolf thinks you eat your bananas sideways.
Oh.
You're some
Have
kind
you
of
guys-
monster if you eat a banana sideways.
Have you guys ever tried the Elvis sandwich where it's like fried peanut butter and banana?
I think I did. I didn't fry it, but I think I have had peanut butter banana sandwiches.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I don't know why you'd fry it, but
yeah, he put it on like a grilled cheese. He just put
All
it
right.
in there and then fry it.
Well, while the horrors of the world, horrors of the world, Phil, are happening outside, let's busy ourselves with something that is less tragic. I hope it's less tragic. I hope there's no tragedy at all. Larry Fitzgerald still not telling anybody what his plans are for the future.
Yeah.
And Patrick Peterson, not that we really care what he thinks anymore, he thinks that if Larry Fitzgerald hasn't retired yet, he ain't going to retire this year.
Wow.
So he says at this point, if Larry hasn't just done it, that means he ain't going to do it. What do you think, Randy?
Well, I think everybody's speculating about what Larry's going to do is not going to make him make up his mind anytime sooner. If he wants to play, maybe we'll find out here in the next few weeks when summer camp starts. When in July, when the teams gather together and start practicing. I think that'll be a telling tale on the Larry Fitzgerald saga. I particularly, you know what, Larry, you do you, man. If you're listening, you just enjoy life right now because it is too short to be worrying about whether you're going to come back or not. You just do you, man. Just enjoy time.
So, I mean, we're not really speaking directly to him. We're speculating on this.
Yeah.
And I think Patrick Peterson may have a point. I hope Patrick Peterson's right. I don't want Larry to retire. So Raven Kid wants to know where did the term horsepower come from? Where did they get that term?
Well, because everything was. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Really? Oh no! Let me hear your explanation, Phil. Let's see if you're right. Don't look at Google. Look right in that camera. Don't move your head, and tell us, where do they get the term horsepower?
Wow.
Because everything was driven by horse and carriage and buggy back in the day. And so therefore horsepower was directly determined by the number of horses you had carrying your carriage.
So what happened was when steam engines started to do the work of horses in the mines during the early 1800s, the miner owners would say, well, how many horses would this engine replace if I buy this engine from you? And James Watt, the guy who invented steam engines, he figured, okay, well, here's a mathematical way to calculate this, although I don't agree with it. So basically 1 horsepower equals 15 horses. Well, that doesn't make any sense to me to say 1 horsepower is 15 horses, or is it 15 horsepower equals 1 horse?
Well, how many bottles of glue?
Yeah, that's
wow.
It's a bad calculation.
Here
it's
we
a bad
go again.
way of showing that, but yeah, so they're saying 1 horse equals 15 horsepower. Because that's the average workhorse achieves a maximum of just under 15 horsepower at a sprint. It's all very confusing and kind of a weird way of using terminology. I don't mind you saying this is horsepower. It should be a 1-for-1 ratio. So however much a horse can actually do. So then if you divide, say if you have a 300 horsepower vehicle, divide that by 15, that is the actual number of horses it would take to reach that amount. But we're not doing math because we don't want to.
No, I was told there would be no math here.
So Phil was right about it being equal to horses. He just didn't know what he was talking about. He just said, oh, word is horse. So it must mean that. Floppy Bumper says, fun fact for you guys, bananas are actually radioactive due to the particular potassium isotope that is contained within. I don't mind. I don't think anybody's ever gotten cancer from bananas.
No.
Senior Wake and Bake says, Phil, if you... hand drill. Okay, I can't read any more of that.
Wow.
I can't read any more of that. Booger Wolf says,
I've done the hand jive. I've never done the hand drill.
The new mask for Halloween coming out this year is a female Broncos fan.
God.
Wow. See, no, now I've kept reading it. I can't read any more of that. Hefty Lefty says, Jeffrey just read that straight from Google. Parts of it, yes. I did read some of that straight from Google because I wanted the historical context, but the rest of it, every guy just knows that.
Yeah.
Booger Wolf, thank you. Senior Wakenbeck says, Phil, when grown people are talking, shut up.
Wow.
That was kind of heavy. And I went ahead and just left that silence there just to indicate more that Phil is off screen doing something on another computer. But just not doing this show, I guess.
What are you doing over there, Phil?
I'm playing the Jeopardy music. What are you doing?
No.
Yeah, what's over there? What's over there off screen that you're doing?
Oh, I'm just trying to make the show better, trying to look up these record-breaking injury stats that are wreaking havoc on the NBA. What do you want?
You're not looking anything up.
Rick Carlisle resigning as Mavs coach. What do you want me to pull up here?
The only reason Phil can take that awkward silence is because he's playing music. Otherwise, he couldn't hang. Hefty Lefty says, do you think Antonio Cromartie looks forward to Father's Day for the presents from his 16 kids, or does he dread it because of the reminder of all the child support payments?
I bet he and Philip Rivers ran out a log cabin together and just let the kids go wild.
Big difference. The one guy has them all in one house. Yeah. You don't got to pay the child support. Another guy. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now, you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
DQ presents. Picture this. Picture the Girl Scout Thin Mints Blizzard. You see 2 iconic treats blending together in a mesmerizing swirl of pieces of Thin Mints cookies, Cool Mint, and world-famous DQ soft serve. You smile the biggest smile you've ever smiled. It's a double smile because your 2 favorites, DQ and Girl Scout Thin Mints, are together in one delicious treat. And the only reason you stop smiling is so you can start eating. The Girl Scout Thin Mints Blizzard, exclusively at DQ. Get it delivered at DQ.com. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Dale Hellestray from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 or visit cbialliance.com.
When you come to the desert, many things can be dangerous, but there's nothing more dangerous than a pit full of rattlers. Arizona Rattlers football is back. Don't miss a second of the action. Become a part of the 9th Man for a membership of $10 per game for new season ticket members. All fans are welcomed as the Rattlers return at 100% capacity in the newly transformed Phoenix Suns Arena. Call 602-379-8274 today. Don't wait. Arizona Rattlers, strike back.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. It's a Friday show. Shenanigans are bound to happen. What's next for the Diamondbacks? Is there any good in sight? I'll get you caught up on NBA news and look forward to the weekend as we get closer to the conference finals. Update on the NHL semifinals and all the news. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event Friday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 121st U.S. Open Golf Championship, sponsored by USPS. As business changes, the United States Postal Service is changing with it. Russell Henley might have company before long. First round at Torrey Pines, Henley has held the outright lead for a bulk of the afternoon after a 467 this morning. Christian Bezuidenhout from South Africa started on the 10th. He drops in an eagle at 18 to move to 3 under. He is now making the turn. Also 3 under, 1 back, 2018 British Open champion Francesco Molinari and Rafa Cabrera Bello. And for Cabrera Bello, the 68 was his first competitive round at Torrey. Rory McIlroy pushing to 2 under with a hole out for birdie at 7 from under a Torrey Pine, well off the green. Another 4-time major winner, Brooks Koepka, also 2 under, and 2 back. Koepka is in the clubhouse. Bryson DeChambeau, Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth, all 1 over. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
It's like I blinked and suddenly all my business shifted to e-commerce.
Now, my business hours are whenever my customers need me.
My customers want everything now and faster than ever. It's a whole different world.
Your business is changing. The United States Postal Service is changing with it. We're bringing you fast, reliable shipping nationwide, and we're bringing it right when your customers need it. Let's discover new routes. Visit USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service. Priority you.
For the ones standing guard. For the eagle-eyed. For the knights in shining armor. And for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call clickgrainger.com/safety or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Fanatic.
It's a Daily Blender here on Quince Oyente El Fanatico. That's
Muy
right.
bien.
I don't know how to say 99.3 in Spanish. I got to learn that. I can say Quince Oyente El Fanatico, but I can't
99.3.
tell you 99.3 FM or 95.9 FM in the East Valley or 1580thefanatic.com. I did learn one thing. If you read a website in Spanish, you don't change the words to Spanish. You say them in English so people know not to put in a Spanish word when they type, to put in the actual legit, actual address, whatever it is. So just a little something for me to do.
Okay.
If you end up having to read a website, 1580thefanatic.com, you wouldn't say Quince Ochinte El Fanatico, because they type in ELFAN into then that's
Right.
bad news. You can't
do that. It's got to be the correct address.
If we launch a Spanish sports station, we need to remember that.
Well, I mean, we're always on the verge of doing something cutting edge.
Yeah.
You never know. We could do that, an alternative language website for our listeners. Yeah.
So if Phil is off camera right now,
Yeah.
starting a Spanish language station,
Sí.
yeah, don't do it that way. Make sure you get the websites correct.
Wow.
Muy sí.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for a little something we like to call On This Date in Big George's Sports History. Back in the year 1992, the Philadelphia 76ers traded Charles Barkley to the Phoenix Suns for Jeff Hornacek, Tim Perry, and Andrew Lang. Jerry Colangelo won the Executive of the Year award for his role in this trade. Barkley won the MVP for 92-93 season, averaging 25.5 points, 12 and some rebounds, and a career 5.1 assists per game. Back to me, Jeffrey.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's going back. There's a piece of history for you. And how appropriate during this time of the season, Jeffco. NBA playoff. The Suns are doing well. Hey, that's a good on this date right there.
Yeah, 92 is when the team set a franchise record, 62 wins. They went to the NBA Finals for the second time in franchise history. We knew how that turned out because Danny Ainge doesn't like to play defense.
Yeah.
Anyway, by the way, I love the story of when we've mentioned this before on the show, when Cotton Fitzsimmons takes Charles Barkley to the brand new America West Arena. And he walks in there and he's like, "All right, Charles, tell me, what do you see?" And Barkley's like, "Well, I see a lot of seats, coach, lots of seats." He says, "That's right, Charles. And every single one of them is already sold." Basically implying you did not fill these seats. The Suns filled these seats. So you're not here to sell tickets. You're here to win us a championship.
Oh, well.
And Barkley says he still gets chills when he thinks about that moment, because he's like, yeah, that was awesome. It was an awesome moment. And Cotton Fitzsimmons also said some pretty funny things we don't have time to go into. But yeah, that's what I always think of whenever I think about Charles Barkley showing up, is Cotton Fitzsimmons. And, he took that guy and Barkley respected the hell out of him. So anyway, let's clear up the text line and let's do some Wheel of Sports fun.
All right.
Let's see. Hamilton Porter says, I'm pretty sure Sean Kemp hates Father's Day. Random texter says, Phil won't tell you because he's probably playing Candy Crush over there. Probably. Large Marge says, speaking of female Bronco fans, did you guys see that fight at the Suns Nuggets game? Oh, she got lit up.
Yeah.
There was a girl fight?
I didn't see the girl fight.
I didn't see the girl
but
fight.
I know that Sons and Four guy, he officially got reached out to Devin Booker, and he got some swag and a playoff home court ticket.
I only saw a meme on that. So what happened, the guy didn't do anything wrong, right? He just, somebody was picking on him, started to fight. He finished it.
There was two Denver Nugget fans, and I don't know if these guys have been chirping back and forth the whole time. And I think the guy was standing up and, swept, Suns and Four and all this business. And so a couple of these Denver Nugget fans took exception, and one of them started throwing punches on the guy, and the Suns and Four guy just ended that fight very quickly with a flurry of hands to the face of this Nuggets fan.
Well,
and kept
fair is
going.
fair.
Suns and Four.
Fair is fair. Fair is fair, man. If you mess with somebody like that, I'm glad he's not in any kind of trouble there. All right, let's do this. Let's spin the wheel of sports, Randy. Let's see what we talk about next. Give that thing a tug. All right, that was a bad choice of words.
Give it a tug?
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have said that around here.
Oh, boy.
So soccer, as you guys know, still not that big here in the United States, but here's how important it is on the world stage.
Okay.
Cristiano Ronaldo, you know him.
Yeah.
A famous soccer player guy. And in one moment, 20 seconds tops, he made the value of Coca-Cola drop by $4 billion.
Wow. Yeah, I saw that clip. That was amazing.
Yeah, what happened is they said he went out there to give a post game, right? He sits down for a press conference, 2 bottles of Coke on the table, and he kind of pushed them aside and he held up a water bottle and says, agua. And, I don't think he was trying to be rude about Coke. He's just like, I'm an athlete. I just want to be drinking my water. Don't need the Coke. I got my water. I'm fine. Well, after he did that, shares of Coca-Cola happened to drop 1.6%. From 56.17 billion to 55.22 billion, reducing Coke's market value from 242 billion to 238 billion.
Wow.
A $4 billion loss. And as of yesterday morning, it was even lower. It was just over 236 billion. So really, you could say it's $6 billion. But Coca-Cola was like, we're not mad. They're like, hey, everybody's entitled to their drink preference. But, by the way, the European Football Championship, Coke's our major sponsor, so I'm sure they're not happy about this, but it's a coincidence. It's not because he didn't want any Coke. Trust me, nobody stopped drinking Coke because Cristiano Ronaldo says agua. No, I don't think so.
Well, I don't know. He seems to have the pulse on the world of soccer. I mean, whatever he does, look what just happened. He moved those Coke bottles. That's all he did. He did not say a detrimental thing about Coca-Cola. He just moved them out of the camera shot and said agua. That's all he did.
Yeah.
$6 billion later, Coke is wondering what's going on.
Yeah, I would almost bet it's something else. I mean, look at all the times we've mentioned whiskey on this show.
Yeah.
Do you think that the sales of whiskey have gone up around here?
Since the first time you mentioned it?
Well,
I bet.
I think it has, yeah.
I bet people get a little thirsty by the end of the third hour. They say, you know what? I too would
They
enjoy
need to
some
numb
whiskey.
their pain from having to listen to you talk, Phil. Thank you. Spin the wheel, Randy. So our kid Keanu sends me a text message today, and he shows me a picture of the Madden 22 cover. He's like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And it's got Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady on the cover.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they're co-cover of Madden. 2 people on Madden. They've done that for a few years.
Yeah,
having 2 people on there, but you've got the guy who wins the Super Bowl and the guy who loses the Super Bowl right there on the cover.
Yeah.
You remember the last time they did this?
They called it the MVPs edition.
Yeah. Do you remember the last time they did this? 2 people on it?
But no. I know it's been a while.
It was Troy Polamalu
Mhm.
and Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
2 men with epic hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're both on there. And what do I think of it? And my response was apathetic. I don't care. I mean, I don't care. Neither of them are my quarterback. Neither of them are somebody I'm worried about suffering from the Madden curse, if it even exists anymore. And I don't know.
Does anybody care? I mean, who wants to pay $60 for a roster update anymore?
Yeah, I get what you're saying too, but there are a lot of people that do love the Madden thing. Overall, I think what Madden is trying to do here is remember the trailer? They had two goats that came out of the barn. I think they're trying to equate Patrick Mahomes with Tom Brady, passing the torch to two goats.
That is jinxing. If you don't want a guy talking about a no-hitter, you don't want somebody saying you're a future GOAT.
I agree. I agree.
So that could be a Madden curse right there.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. That's not going to work out well, I don't think.
Don't like. President Wallet says, don't sell yourself short, Jeffrey. I've actually bought more whiskey lately based on the conversations that have happened on this show.
Wow. Well, there you go.
We are
Does that make us
influencers.
influencers?
Yes. Yes. Smash that like button. Subscribe to our channel.
Probably need to put more posts on Instagram than I do like that once every year or so.
We should cook something tomorrow on this channel.
What?
Slave Dave says, by the way, Coke probably produced the bottled water he had anyway. So, Random Texture says, with all that whiskey you've got around the 1580 studios, why don't you just get Phil wasted before each show? And then, maybe he'll pass out. If he doesn't, that's a more dangerous Phil than we're used to. We can't do that. Just the Tip says, check out Franklin Barbecue in Austin, Texas. No thermometer, no timer. The smoker is 20 feet long. The only rub used is salt and pepper, and the only flavor comes from the Texas oak smoke. World champion barbecue.
Wow. Well, thanks for the hookup on that. I'll give that a look.
I don't know when I'm ever going to be in
Texas,
Austin, unless I'm searching for some missing hippies. I don't know.
Could be.
Spin the wheel, Randy. I just figured out who's pushing the buttons. So Jimmy Kimmel bought himself a bowl game. He has bought the naming rights, probably for a couple $100,000 to the LA Bowl. So it's the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl. It's going to be played December 18th at SoFi Stadium.
No kidding.
That is how bad it's gotten. That's how many bowl games there are and how bad it's gotten.
Too many.
A fourth place late night talk show host can buy his name onto a bowl game.
If you got the money.
What if a fourth rate radio show crowdfunded and we got to I don't got Jimmy Kimmel money, but we got a large loyal audience that could chip in a few $100,000 each, right?
The Daily Blender Bowl.
Something like that.
Wow.
All right, guys, that's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history.